Let's go. Come one, come all. Hear ye, hear ye. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I told y'all I was gonna come back and we was about to do our thing, baby. What up, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all come in here. File in, file in. Church is in session. File in. Y'all be late though, you know what I mean? File in, file in. Where we go? What's up, Phil? Let's get it, y'all. File in before I get the opening monologue popping. Mike Yarborough in the house. Aaron Pennington in the house. Aaron Short in the house. Richard Rogers in the house. Matt C in the house. Jarvis Bryan in the house. Matt in the house. What's going on? What's good, Kobe? Ron G in the house. Brad Jones in the house. Louisiana Banks in the house. I knew he was going to be in the house. He's been waiting for this. All right, so I'm not sure how long this is going to be honest. So I'm trying to talk LSU Alabama. So not necessarily my primary covers on the channel. Hopefully it's all good and y'all make it worth my while. Make sure if you're out there, I'm gonna be honest with you, LSU and Alabama, two of the worst fan bases to try to, you know what I mean, make it worth your while with. So I'm not sure how long this is gonna last. I want to try to keep Georgia and Florida people off here and all this and that. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully you guys super chat. We'll see what's popping. If not, it is what it is. Double A in the house. What up? Brad Jones in the house. Matt says, does it necessarily matter who is more talented? It does for this particular show, bro. So what are we talking about here? This is not determining the outcome and anything like that, bro. This is called football talk. Relax. You got to relax. As my man Noriega would say, I'm here with unbiased analysis and thoughts, says Louisiana Bakes. Tater in the house. All right, so it's looking a little different in here, right? Got some different people in here. And how many people in here? Do we still have any Alabama fans left on the channel? Freddie G TV in here. Says corn dogs versus Gumps. This dude, Freddie G, came in here mentioning something. Come on, Freddie G. All right, man, I hate to have to block Freddie G. I thought he was actually kind of cool. You going to come in here mentioning some cornball dude's name on my damn channel? Got to get you out of here, Freddie G. Russell Clark in the building. Let's get it. Tatum wants to know about Michael Divinity. All right, we'll get to Michael Divinity here. I think the talent level is what going to be a great game, says Mike Angel. Mitch says go Tigers. Sylvester says Bama all day. No more Bama people. Steph in the house. What up? Corum. He's always around. I'll never know how to say his name. I'm just happy LSU's line matches up with Alabama's lines. And from what standpoint, though? Con Lee in the house. What up, Con Lee? Con Lee in the building. He LSU guy. Charles Haynes is here. Where we at? Y'all hit the thumbs up yet? We kind of light today, man. Everybody, if I said Georgia and Florida was here, everybody would be up in here. Let's get it, man. Come on. Let's hit that thumbs up button. They say good things come in small packages. I've never heard that, but I was told that by some other people. It's small up in here. I don't know what's going on. Where's the Georgia and Florida people? They don't want to watch nothing about LSU and Bama. This is perhaps the game of the century, too. I have my money on LSU because that defense, says Ryan Thomas. Very confused by that. I wouldn't have the money on LSU because of any defense. Apologize for the obnoxious LSU folks, says Conley. You're going to do a lot more than that. Let's get the thumbs up button. Let me know if you hit the thumbs up, baby. Come in this bad boy, hit the thumbs up, and then let's get it rocking. Let's get it popping. Got my money on LSU because OU needs it, says Matt. Ryan Thomas said it was a joke. Okay, bro, you need sarcasm, fun, or something. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Marcus. Juggler Joe about to expose the ties, says Russell. I think Russell's a Georgia fan, so I'm not sure how to take that when I think about that. And Russell, he's probably shell shocked from what Alabama's been doing to Georgia the past few years. All right, y'all know we do picks later on in the week or whatever the last show is of the week, right? Where we at? Mike Yarborough in the house, War Eagle, ready for everybody super chatting, but LSU and Alabama fans. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't expect an Alabama super chat. I think we might do a little bit of this game, and I'm gonna get back on some Florida, Georgia stuff or something like that. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Enough people in here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button, right? All right, so hopefully you guys saw the content today that came out. Just really going over the skill sets of juggler Joe Burrow and the Samoan sniper Tua Tagovailoa. And I spent the past couple of days all my time really just labbing those two guys, right? And just really labbing the schemes in general. I said before that I thought the schemes were very similar, and it was confirmed. In fact, I didn't need it. It's not like I don't do every LSU game anyway, but it was confirmed that these schemes are so very similar. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the same stuff in practice if you're guys on the other side of the ball. So some of this stuff shouldn't be familiar, shouldn't be unfamiliar to you, right? But it's about how you attack it, right? How do you even attack that in practice? So these guys probably know how to stop their own offenses, you would imagine, or some of the stuff that they go up against practice. But just in general, from the schemes and concepts, it's in general between the hashes, man. The between the hashes work, slants, hitches, drags, not hitches, obviously, hitches, drags, drags, slants, bang eights, everything between the hash. They're working that bad boy like you wouldn't believe. Work the middle, baby. Work the middle. And they're doing that like, I don't know how you guys feel about stuff like that, right? So when I'm looking back and I'm still an NFL guy to the heart. Tried and tried, true and true. Always going to be an NFL guy. And I love seeing different concepts that have been developed over time. Bill Walsh's concept, some of these guys with this Erhardt Perkins system, right? The digit systems, vertical throw systems. This is a different way of operating than throwing the ball all the time between the hashes. Now, people who are in the business, right, the coaching business would tell you, throwing between the hashes, that's easy work. Easy work. It becomes difficult, right, when the waters are muddy. But how muddy can the waters be when you're throwing to Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, and people like that? Those guys can beat press man coverage if you wanted to do that, perhaps, right? Or maybe they can. We don't know because people are so scared to do it. So you're backing off these guys and you're allowing them to work in between the hashes where the throws come fast and furiously and they're high percentage throws, right? So obviously they go outside of the hashes as well, but it's usually screens and hitches, tunnels, bubbles and stuff like that. And then they'll take shots down the field, right? Not a ton of shots down the field occasionally, but they don't need to. I think Tua is averaging over 10 yards per attempt by throwing the ball 3-4 yards down the field and having his crazy ass receivers break tackles or just beat people, period. And the same thing with Joe Burrow. That's tough to deal with, man. That is extremely tough to deal with, especially when you factor in both teams have capable run games, not all world run games, but they have very capable run games. They have very capable personnel. Really love. I don't know why I always call Clyde Edwards Hilaire. I be thinking of my mom. I be calling him Ali Broussard. I'm still stuck. I'm like Kirby Smart, baby. I'm still stuck in like, what was Ali Broussard? Like 2006 or something like that. I don't know. What was Ali Broussard? I'm still stuck there. Still thinking about Clyde Edwards. Be reminding me of him. And Najee and Brian Robinson, Tyron Davis Price, and all these guys. Very good run personnel, but you know it's based upon that West Coast, right? A lot of West Coast concepts in there, but a lot of this new age stuff that all these guys who came from Randy Edsall at Maryland, Mike Locksley, Joe Moorhead was there, right? And then these people spawned their own guys. So obviously Mike Locksley and saw that stuff at Alabama. Joe Moorhead's his young guy, right? His grad assistants who was on staff with him while he was creating his own thing. Joe Brady coming in there with some of the same stuff. These guys are doing very similar things. So it's hard for me to say who's better between those two, right? If we're just at the quarterback position. And that's crazy because I think the world of Tua Tagovailoa, he's already proven that he's the goods. He's been doing that. He's had some hiccups here and there when teams are able to compete on the defensive side of the ball. But for the most part, we know him to be extremely accurate, extremely poised. He's just a great all-around quarterback, right? And so same thing for Joe Burrow. He's taking that next step like I thought he would in the offseason when I said that he would, right? Everybody want to get on me if I'm wrong about something, but nobody will ever come back and be like, you know what, Murph, you were actually right on this, right? You were ahead of the curve on this, right? And I was saying that everybody's like, Joe Burrow sucks. He's trash. You don't know anything about football. Why are you talking about Joe Burrow and this and that or whatever like that? I knew it was coming. I knew that this type of offense would fit him. Very not completely similar to what he was doing when he was at Ohio State with Ryan Day and then the coordinators before them, but not too dissimilar, right? So two fantastic quarterbacks. It doesn't get any better than this. You can very well have the number one pick come from this very game, and I'm not so sure it couldn't be Joe Burrow, right? I would think it would be Tua, but man, Joe Burrow's showing himself. But when they really start to pick these guys apart, right, you'll see, right, you'll be like, oh, those are some of the things that Murph was seeing in his film studies, right? They'll really pick these guys apart, and they'll really focus in on some of the offenses and be like, oh, this is a little elementary school. Can he do certain stuff that the NFL would ask him to do in certain systems? Because those systems aren't going away in the NFL anytime soon. So you're still going to have to work outside the numbers. You're still going to have to work opposite hash throws or whatever you want to call it, throws outside the number, plus splits and everything like that. So we'll get it from there. But who do you guys think is better at the quarterback position? Let's get to it. Jarvis Bryant, LSU, but I have to say Terrell Lewis is a problem, says Jarvis. Ron G in the house. 8 is enough, Murph. I need LSU on their A game. Running game will be a big factor, in my opinion. I completely agree, Ron G. All right, where we at? Who do you got? Steph says, in my opinion, it's number 1, Tua, number 2, T-Law, number 3, From, number 4, Burrow, number 5, Herbert or Hurts. I can't say that I completely disagree with that. To me, they're all so close to each other, man. It's really tough, really tough. Let me get some other opinion like that. I like that, Steph. Lieutenant Luchable says Joe Burrow is better. Tua is good, but gets helped a lot by his receivers. If Tua is helped by his receivers, then what the hell is Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow we saw last year, right? He didn't do that well last year, right? Now he has the same guys back, but they're in a system that's very quarterback friendly and very wide receiver friendly. Tua's not getting any more help from his wide receivers than Joe Burrow is. I don't know about that. You're playing with yourself on that one. I'm not answering Freddie G. Freddie G on that erotic coconut milk. You had to be crazy. Like you ain't never watched this stream before, bro. Don't be coming up in my mention the other cats. Joe is hella tough, man. You can't teach that. What up, Michael Kelly? Gotta pause that, Murph. Pause. What I say? Pause. Joe is great and smart, but Tua just has raw talent. You gotta pause that. Both quarterbacks are selling the systems in place for them, not so much their receivers. Tua at 75%, it's still way too much for LSU D to handle, especially with talent like Ruggs, Judy, Waddle, D. Smith, etc. Could be for sure, but how can Alabama handle Joe Burrow and his playing with yourself? Playing with yourself. Pause. Which team has more yards after the catch? We'll get to that, bro. Can you answer the question? It's gonna be a short night, baby. So I can already tell. I'm trying to get out of this bad boy early anyway. So I think if all put in the system with equal talent from AA, we're talking about LSU. Don't do this to yourself. So you saw me last week. I was very adamant that I was talking about Georgia and Florida. Other people who came in here talking about LSU and Alabama and stuff like that, you saw they got dismissed. So don't do it to yourself. We're talking about LSU and Alabama until told otherwise. Help with receivers, no bleep. It's called a team. Roll Tide, says Aaron Short. All right, we got to relax with the Roll Tides and all that, bro. Let's just talk football. We don't need Dr. Pepper Fansville people up in here. Freddie G said he feel me. All right, Freddie G, we good, man. I got to go back to that and make sure that's Reese. So the mumble, nobody needs to try to shine off my platform. I don't know anything about the betting lines, nor do I care. If you ever watch this, I never talk about the betting lines. I care about what's on the field. I don't care what another man thinks, right? So have your own opinion. People were killing me last week, right? And I was talking about still bullish on Georgia, and Georgia could do this, and how the defense was, and how Florida hadn't faced the defense like Georgia. And everybody's like, well, that's not what Paul Feinbaum said, Murph. Jamar Chase versus Diggs, good matchup. Who you got? We'll get there, man. Can we do... Told you I was regretting even talking about LSU and Alabama. I put it off as long as I could. It's Wednesday now. I knew I had to do it. This ain't going so well. Con Lee, Ali B was the truth. Had a bad injury. I love Ali Broussard. How close do you feel are the wide receiver courts to each other? All right, here's Cody Riggs. Here we go. He's answering the question. Tua, Joe, Hurts, and Fields top 4. So no Burrow. Dang, that's hard. You would take Justin Fields over Joe Burrow right now? even though Justin Fields' best game is against Wisconsin, who was beaten by Illinois the previous week. Very confused. He said, Joe, Tua, Joe, Hurts, and Fields. I don't know. That seems okay. It's all good. Who do you think? We're not doing that yet. Relax, man. You guys want to get the wide receivers? Relax. I'm trying to start with the quarterbacks. Then if I didn't start with the quarterbacks, you guys will be. If I started with receivers, you'd be like, well, what about Tua, man? What about Tua? Come on. Let's go. It ain't going well. I'm about to restart it and just talk about Georgia and Florida. What's up with holding off talking about the game of the century? You don't see why? I don't have good success with these two fan bases, not at all. Right? They don't not going to super chat, right? They rarely super chat, and then they don't stay on. Even when we're not doing stuff about LSU and Alabama, they come in and talk about LSU and Alabama, right? So I'll try to give them their own thing. Lamar Stevens, what up? I think Tua has a higher ceiling than Joe. In the pros on bad teams, Joe is more ready, but Tua will be better with experience. I can give you that. You saying that because of Joe's athleticism? If Tua didn't have them ankle spasms, I'd go with him. Those ankle spasms, I think his ankles is made of fiberglass. Tua got them fiberglass ankles. Joe has talked about being NFL ready, says David. That's funny that people are saying that. People are literally 8 games into even thinking Joe Burrow is any good. How many games have they played? For real. So now he's NFL ready, and people were literally trashing this dude in the offseason. Burrow's more pro ready. Dang. People change on a dime. All right, here goes Jarvis. Number 1, Burrow. Number 2, Tua. Number 3, Hurts. Number 4, Fields. Number 5, Fromm. Who's the better NFL prospect, Tua? You're changing the subject. Don't change the subject on me unless you super chat. When are LSU people going to spell go right is go? Oh, boy. Tua size won't translate. You got to pause that. Burrow over Tua because of his completion percentage under pressure this year. Dang, what the hell is that? George, appreciate it, but what is that? That's hard. Things flying through the air. Y'all see that? That's gangster. What is that? George came and changed the game. What is going on here? This is hard. That's hard. That's hard. We don't understand what it's doing, but it's gangster. All right, here we go. Jefferson Chase versus Ruggs Judy. Who's all right? How long am I gonna give this? I might give this 5 more minutes, man. This is probably not worth my time. Oh, they updated the super chat. Okay, you can super chat animations now with YouTube. That's hard. That's hard. A flying pair. That's gangster. Tua's legit. The kid got to learn to stay healthy. He can't learn how to stay healthy, bro. It's football. You know what I'm saying? I got hurt in football. I was not planning or like, you know what? I'm going to just go get hurt today. All right. This is not going well, so let's go ahead and move on. Everybody wants to talk about the wide receivers, even though we've literally talked about this shit, right? Because LSU and Bama fans always jump into other shit, and we got to talk about the receivers. I've already gone through that before. I said that I thought, in my opinion, the best receiver from both teams is Justin Jefferson. That's my number 1. However you want to go from there, it is what it is. I would say maybe Jerry Jeudy too. Devontae Smith, I like what he's doing. I think he has some serious wheels, and he's a no-nonsense cat. Just get upfield, right? He may muscle relax you a little bit. He's trying to get upfield. Henry Ruggs, just straight blinding speed. Jerry Jeudy, the start and stop stuff, that shit is off the chain, no doubt about that. I like Justin Jefferson's ability to high point the ball, and I love Jamar Chase's ability to high point the ball, but I think he's the best tackle breaker out of them. Like, if you get a hand on him, he'll break the tackle. Jerry Jeudy just make you miss. Terrace Marshall, I love just his sheer size and physicality, and Jalen Waddle can do it all, man. Kind of like a running back in a receiver's body. But y'all go ahead. Nope, they don't listen. That's why you see less and less of both of these teams' content on the channel. Nope, haven't gotten to the O-line or Bama's D-line yet. Murph, let's not let these clowns change our method. I'm trying not to. Right? Think about it. Most of these people don't normally be up in the chat, right? Shannon Burgess, what up? I believe Burrow's biggest success will come from whoever they line up in the slot on any given play. I know Bama has bigger cornerbacks, but those wide receivers are big. from LSU. Terrace, or you trying to like put in Stephon Sullivan and those guys like that? Because other than that, I don't see Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and these guys. They're like what 200 pounds. They're pretty much the same size as the Bama cornerbacks. Matter of fact, they would probably be the exact same size as the Bama cornerbacks. Stephon Sullivan, I don't think he's going to factor in like you may think he would. I think this is going to be a game where you probably do want to get that speed on the field. I like Terrace Marshall on the end zone fade routes. He's hard. That's hard. He can definitely do that for sure. I want to see him jump with Trayvon Diggs. In the slot, though, if you're talking about in the slot, like you said right there, that's going to depends on who they put. They put Shaheem Carter there. I'm scared for Alabama. However, if they get smart, man, the best player to me on either team, I'm going to change it up, right? Normally I said Grant Delpit, and I said his 1B was Xavier McKinney. Switched around this year. Xavier McKinney may be the best player in the entire country, right? It is what it is. I think he can do so much stuff. And man, hopefully I get enough time to do a quick film study on him. You know, I got to do one every year. He was the first original film study I ever did on this channel, right? It wasn't for the actual channel. It was for a website that I was working at, and I just drop it here just so we could embed it into the website. But that was the first guy I ever did anything on right there. That's my man right there. Him as a cornerback, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get moved to cornerback. I've seen it happen before to safeties in the NFL. I think maybe Byron Jones or somebody like that got moved to, or somebody from the Cowboys did. He can play corner with the best of them, especially on the inside, man. He's big and physical, and he's twitchy. He played inside corner at Roswell in high school, right? A guy like him, man, you put him on one of these guys in the slot, him versus Justin Jefferson, that is a fight. I'd pay this. That's like a pay-per-view. Him versus Jamar Chase is a pay-per-view. But those guys on the ends, right? On the outside, the exterior corners, Surtain and Trayvon Diggs, at the very least, you know they can run with LSU, right? And vice versa. You know, Stingley can run with LSU. Sometimes I'm not sure about Fulton, man. Fulton speed. Fulton got hawked down by Trayvon Grimes. Anybody remember that in that game? Yeah, that thing was going for a pick six. He got hawked down by Trayvon Grimes. Now, I don't think of Trayvon Grimes as the fastest guy ever. 6'5" kid, 6'4", whatever he is like that. I don't know about Fulton's deep speed, but his ability to work the quick game and all that, Fulton is a monster. Fulton County Jail. Oh, we got some. Who carry Vincent covers will win the Bolitnikov. Damn. He gonna put Jerry Jeudy. He gonna put Jerry Jeudy back on the Bolitnikov. It says I remember. Nobody want to talk about that. Oh, he was cramping. That's what we going with. He was cramping in that Florida game. Okay, he was cramping. And you know what I'm saying? Them type of dudes, they be making up anything. They be like, I would have won. I was on my period. All right, Donnie Williams, we don't do that in here, man. Like, give us some analysis. We don't do that, all that bullshit. This is what we do to people like that. We take pink slips, right? If you think somebody's gonna win easily and all this, that, show back up and get blocked. That's it. If they don't do it, you get blocked. Fulton is hurt. I'm pretty sure he's hurt now. Titus Showers, he went out to play before, my boy, real talk. When he got the pick six, he went out before the pick six. Xavier McKinney will be making some noise. These dudes are talking about last year. Like, what does last year have to do with? You don't see that LSU is doing something totally different and having totally different results? I hate to break it to you. I believe LSU may have a higher ranked offense than you have last year. Guarantee you it wasn't even close last year. Alabama had a higher ranked offense. Red zone efficiency will be the key, no doubt. Fulton or Diggs, who you taking? I'm gonna take Trayvon Diggs. P-Funk says it's the same team. All right, remember I told you we're gonna leave it to the gallery. What should we do with P-Funk? Because he's not here to actually give some analysis and be a real football head, right? He's one of these dudes you find at these mumble rap YouTube channels. So on a count of 3, I want y'all to vote yay or nay, get him out, coach, or whatever like that. 1, 2, 3. Out. Get him out. Nay. Ban. He got to go. Out. Goodbye. Out. All right, we got enough. So go ahead and get him out, coach. Which one of y'all want to do the honors? Beat him out, says Steph. Byron Rivers got the extra ban. Jarvis Bryant threw the middle finger up to him. Hey, we got no mods here to get him out. I got to get him out manually. Somebody gonna get promoted to mod today. No, I'm gonna promote the mod. I think he'll do a good job. Lamar Stevens. Congratulations, brother. So Lamar, get him out, coach. Mumble rap YouTubers. They call me mumble rap YouTuber. All right, here we go. So yeah, I would take Diggs in that fashion. I think Diggs is just a little bit better athletically, right? I think Diggs has a higher ceiling. He wasn't originally a cornerback, right? Well, you can say that Christian Fulton, right? So he's in his second full year playing after being roided out of his mind. He was roided beyond belief to not be able to play for a couple of years. Oh, you got him out there, coach? Who got him out? Where you at? Where Lamar Stevens go? Get him out, coach. So he was roided out of his mind or whatever like that. So obviously, as the season would go on, I feel like he would get better, but I just think he's injured, right? I think he's probably dealing with an injury like that, and I see some holes in his game for sure. Trayvon Diggs has been pretty injury prone himself, but he's a phenomenal athlete, man. He is a phenomenal athlete. Rich Rain says, Jay, what does that mean? You wanted him to stay? Usually, when everybody says nay and you say yay, probably means we got to get you go as well. Diggs moving to DB was the best move for him at the time, man. I was like, I didn't want to see him at receiver because he was just strange. Even remember on the punt returns and stuff like that, I always thought he was going to drop the ball. He dropped the ball so many times and made so many blunders, right? But he's so electrifying with the ball in his hands, I felt. And when he first got the corner, I was like, I don't know, but he's grown into it, and man, he's one of the best out there. Good job, Lamar. That's his other account. Uh-oh. Dylan Moses will lose Bama this game. Oh, no, Dylan Moses will lose Bama. They will get destroyed on the middle by them receivers. Dylan Moses, if he was there trying to guard a receiver, he would get destroyed. So it's got to go beyond that, right? So they're going to be in their dime personnel packages a lot. I think with Christian Harris out there, Christian Harris, very, very fluid athlete. He's coming on strong. Him and Shane Lee, I think, man, they're getting all this experience this year. Could you imagine them over the next 2 years? I feel bad if you're a linebacker and you want to go to Bama and they got two freshmen inside linebackers. Shane Lee's a tackling machine. If I was them, man, I would encourage Dylan Moses to just go ahead and go pro. He doesn't need to get hurt again in college. They'll be fine at the inside linebacker position. And these guys got a lot of experience now, man. You can't really say that they're freshmen now. Well, that's a lot of experience. They both started every single game. So, but it's going to be all about that dime personnel packages, right? Because if LSU tries to get in with Thad Moss and then maybe get another tight end, I don't think they'll be as effective against Bama in that fashion. They need to spread them out and see what Bama has in that manner. Sit Shane Lee down. Harris is better. Is this game? I don't think Harris is better, though. I bet you he don't have more tackles than Shane Lee. Shane Lee's a tackler. Somebody look that up. Who has more tackles, Christian Harris or Shane Lee? Every time I see Shane Lee, he look like he's getting double-digit tackles. Michael Divinity was a huge loss. I think he was a pretty decent loss, right? I always thought he could do better, to be honest with you. Maybe his heart wasn't in football because I was like, man, Michael Divinity he looks the part and everything. I always thought, man, he could be a double-digit sack guy. He probably was leading the team in sacks, though, so it may be a huge loss from that standpoint. But leading the team in sacks, that ain't really saying much. Your boy K. Levon chasing and everybody was getting mad at me about how many sacks does K. Levon have now? I think you guys should be able to apologize to me by now. Divinity with 3 sacks. How many for K. Levon? 3 sacks. Man, I've seen some people get 3 sacks in one game. Chase Young killed that in one game. Not trying to troll, just want to say I think Bama destroys LSU 45-24, something like that, says Spence. Damn. Spence know he can do that because he's my man 50 grand and he'll never get blocked. But be honest, Spence, if you weren't Spence, you'd be on pink slip mode right now. I'll be like, Spence, you got to show back up because if they don't beat them that bad, you got to get pink slip. But Spence is good on my block. He's from the Alabama Scheme Team, my old website. Nah, we can't block Spence. Sorry. I'm back and Dylan Moses can't even cover tight ends. Dylan Moses was trash dookie in covers. That's not his game. But he's a freaking monster. Anything moving forward. Spence says, I'll still be here if I'm wrong. Yep, you lucky. People expecting a shootout, but I don't think so. All right, just another critic. Why don't you think this won't be a shootout? You think both decent defenses will finally show up? Because, man, think about this. LSU giving up like 900 yards to Texas and teams like that. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Alabama giving up crazy amount of yards. It's like USC. Now these guys get to see the best offense each other will have seen thus far. And they both, right? They both really play into each other's weaknesses with the passing game. If this was a running offense or something like that, I don't know. It's about to be a track meet, says Young Coke. Chase says that's slick trolling. Well, I got you in tears. I feel like it's less amount of yards given up, and I'm just breaking plays that need to be made. And short in here on his cheerleading, John. What's up with the Roll Tide stuff, man? We don't got to do that here. We know that you're an Alabama fan. You didn't got to remind us. 42-35, whoever, says Kevin Taylor. Who has Bama's defense faced? Oh, we're doing the who has Alabama's defense faced thing, huh? Oh, boy. There's a lot of teams that you can do that to. I think that's one of the teams you probably don't want, right? Let's be honest here. Bama is still absolutely loaded with some of the best defensive personnel in the country. Football is such a mental game. That's why trends are so significant. It's all about the mentality, says Hayden. Viceman says they ain't played no birdie. I hate when people make fun of that. That is a certain thing. If you actually play football, I always laugh at these teams. They be like, man, we about to blow y'all out. I'm like, but you was playing this weak-ass team and you gonna blow us out? What they got to do anything? LSU gave up 38 to Vandy. They didn't technically give up 38 to Vandy. I actually watched the game. Vandy had I think he had like a pick six or something, like a fumble return for a touchdown or something like that. They had some field goals and stuff. But they did give up a lot of yards. Vandy's still trying to score on Georgia, I think. Vandy's still trying to get to like 60 yards. It was a pick six in Vandy game. You're right. Lee has more tackles, 26 to Harris's 17, says King Scott. How many total tackles? That sounds like solo tackles. How many total tackles, though? Because I'm pretty sure he's in on tackles with everybody else, too, sometimes. Why everybody don't like Lee? I don't understand that, because he don't look the part. People are always going by looks. Sometimes I think some of you dudes got a little Splenda in your tank. A little stevia, you got to empty out your tank going by looks. Can you break down how LSU will get pressure on Tua? Yeah, they're going to have to pray, because I don't see LSU being able to get organic pressure, right? They have not been able to get organic pressure, right? I bet you if you look it up, there's probably a mix of LSU out. So this is what I do. I don't never look at the stats, right? I like to have people look at them for me, because I just want them to support what I'm thinking in my mind and what I see on film. So I would think that LSU was getting sacks from the second-level players, right? Linebackers, guys like Marcel Brooks I've seen get sacks. They do a lot of corner blitzes, right? So they're manufacturing pressure. So you're going to have to manufacture pressure on a team that has perhaps the best wide receiver core in the country. You might not actually want to do that. You really don't. Some people keep thinking about pressure. What did I tell people last year? It's not necessarily about pressure with these type of schemes. It's about throwing more bodies into the passing lanes, right? Really pressing them and then having it, right? I don't think Alabama has some type of crazy-ass offensive line by any stretch of the imagination. Same thing with LSU. Both, to me, have lines that have some questions that need to be answered. However, if you were to man up, hands on man, right? Hands on man. I've gone through this so many times, right? People were killing me last year, and they were saying that I was hating on Alabama. And it's not that. It's just the fact that something's going good and people are killing it. I want to be the person to be like, man, how did you stop this? It's not a fandom thing with me, right? I was like, all right, man, Mississippi State did the thing against Tua in that receiver core that looked different. They were the first people, right, to try to press in the slot. They had the safety they brought down that was at Georgia that went to the NFL. I forget his name right here off Abrams, right? Jonathan Abrams. And then, you know what I'm saying, they were hands-on man with it. So that looked a little bit different. I believe that's when he threw his first pick. Did he throw 2 picks in that game? Then Georgia, right? Georgia really went to town with it, right? Pressing hands-on man, varying the coverage, not necessarily rushing 5, kind of rushing 3 sometimes, dropping more people back. And then you don't have many options. If you're going for an option play, right, it's an option that has to go quick. You can't hold on to the ball that long. So you either have to hit that option play, right, the quick slant or whatever like that, or you got to get rid of the ball, or you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll be blocking downfield, or you have to run the ball yourself. So then if you have somebody who's athletic enough to peel off the line and be able to get him, I think that's how you cause trouble. I think trying to blitz these guys all the time, they're too accurate. They're too accurate, and they know exactly where they want to go with the ball because it's really elementary school routes. I think that's when you get yourself in trouble. You don't necessarily have to blitz these guys. Matter of fact, I would mix it up with probably less blitzing than you would think. It would have to be organic pressure, not sending extra guys. They'll find that matchup right there. So that's just me, though. I've only gone through this a whole bunch of different times. Then Clemson killed it, right? They absolutely crushed it. LSU hasn't had a pass rush since Glenn Dorsey. Man, you crazy, man. Arden Key from up the street in Stone Mountain was the truth. Don't see LSU secondary holding up. Man, I don't know, man. They got a couple of great corners, man. I don't see Kerry Vincent holding up. I don't see Jacoby Stevens. And somehow he finds himself in the slot against Jerry Jeudy. It would look bad. And I've seen that happen with my own eyes in camps before. Jacoby Stevens going against Jerry Jeudy. He don't want it now, right? He's like 230 pounds now. Back then, he was like 200 pounds. Jerry Jeudy would shake his jock loose. Pawns covers like Clemson. I want to see Stingley on those deep balls. I don't know why I wanted to say pause to that. Stingley on the deep balls. What you talking about, man? They don't really go deep that much. What is Chung Lee talking about? His name is Con Lee. Don't do my man like that. Who you like better between Shy Carter or Kerry Vincent? That's like the world's tallest midget. Like, doesn't matter. Both of those guys are trash dookie to me. And Shy Carter had a great season last year, but this year, man, dang, I'll be like, man, they need to move Shy to dime and put Xavier McKinney at the nickel, right? And just run with Jordan Battle and then Jared Maiden at the safety position. Rico says 31-28 LSU, no pink slip. Nah, we don't pink slip you over that. But we also don't. I might have to pink slip you anyway. You know, we do picks for the last one, whether it be Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, whatever the last show is. Stingley and Fulton or Diggs and Surtain. Stingley, Fulton, or Diggs and Surtain. Man, that's almost even right there. If I just had to pick, Man, it's like they both have warts, right? Stingley and Surtain, right? I've seen Stingley struggle. Some stuff we haven't even seen Stingley, right? If it was kind of tough with him with Van Jefferson, how tough could it get with him with Devontae Smith? An even better athlete, or Henry Ruggs, an even better athlete, especially if they work the quick game stuff. Surtain, I've just seen flat out struggle, right? It seems like they can beat him, but he can make plays as well. We know Stingley can make plays. Fulton, I just think I'm going to have to go with Diggs and Surtain, man, just because I think Fulton just having a tough time, man, with his injury or whatever. Mingo, Montgomery, and Key were good pass rushers, says Maurice. Heck yeah. Is Delpit playing? He hasn't practiced all week. Man, I wouldn't know, but I would definitely want to know that. So anybody has any information on that, let me know. How do you get a pink sheet for an opinion? A pink sheet? I don't know what a pink sheet is. That sounds like something you was getting at the club you shouldn't be going to, or maybe you should be going to that club. You get a pink slip for an opinion because you're not in here to give proper analysis. People are coming in here talking about, just like they say, Florida's going to beat Georgia 52-6. Like, you don't believe that. You're just trying to get a rise out of some people. That's shit like that, right? We're not trying to have that type of opinion. There's no way in hell that you think that LSU is going to come or whatever. Yeah, was it LSU? Or whoever said that, like, they were going to beat Alabama by like 30 points or something like that. Like, come on, man. Club Flamingo, you ought to get your pink sheet. You get your pink sheet at Club Flamingo. You get the Club Flamingo. Club Flamingo. Honestly, I think the results will match the spread. Surtain is good, just needs more discipline. Honestly, I think the result will match the spread, and I'm an LSU fan. You say, hey, man, ain't got nothing to do with nothing, man. It's all good, baby. Jay Jones says, Delpit is playing, bruh. It's the over-unders. I don't know what that even means. Bama has a lot of strength at the letter watch positions. Waddle. What's that mean, Michael? You have to come again on that one. Pause. But Bama beat them 29. This ain't last year, bro. What does that got to do? That's what I'm saying. I think I just would. Usually when people ask about getting pink slip, it's probably because they should get pink slip. What the hell does last year have to do? LSU is not doing remotely anything like it did last year, and the results are astounding. If you can't respect the fact that somebody is doing something different, right? Like, you're not going to stop LSU. LSU is going to score this game. You know this, they're going to score this game. They have perhaps the best offense in the country. At the very least, you can say, damn, their offense is as good as Alabama's now. And they've played better competition. Auburn didn't stop them from scoring, right? They at least scored. They may not have scored 60 million points, but they scored. Florida didn't stop. They scored 42 they scored 40 whatever on Texas. Come on, man. This is a different offense. Respect that. Where we at? One track mind. Talking about last year. What we talking about last year? Shock alert. LSU offense is going to play to their strengths depending on who they are playing. I look for Clyde to Glide to get a lot of carries for TOP. Bama rush defense is suspect. Is LSU's rush defense any better? Yeah, that story was crazy. Burrow played with that shoulder. I know what TOP is, man. Time of possession. It's all about this year. LSU is a better team. Better team than they were this year. Is that what you're trying to say? Than they were last year? LSU's rush D is actually ranked pretty high. What is LSU's rank D? Give me both. When y'all give me that, just come with the stats. Where's my stat man at? He gone? LSU is 13th in run defense. 68th for Bama. Bama has a 68th rushing defense. Sometimes I got to see. That's really bad, but sometimes you have to see how that's derived. Some of these people, right, they just be like, man, we just going to run the ball. Then we getting our asses kicked. Bama pass defense is 13. LSU pass defense is 60. 6 in one hand, half a dozen on the other. Look for Lewis to get his hands on Joe more than once. Pause. Bama is actually 33rd in rushing. That's why I can't even really pay attention to some of these dudes, right? They be throwing some shit out. There's a big difference between 68th and 33, right? So Mark Kemp, you got to come with it. Somebody give me the receipts, bro. We got to pink slip you. We go by stats and facts here, right? I need facts. I don't need people just throwing stuff out just to be cute. Are they the 68th total rushing defense or are they 33rd? That's a huge difference. Sark is a better OC than Locks. I don't think so, right? Because guess what? Locks installed some shit that Sark gets to work with now. He had to be the first to get it. I wish Mama Jama would come behind me after I already done, you know what I'm saying, smashed up something, talking about some, yeah, I did it better than you. I'm like, nah, brother, I did it first. Yeah, Bama is 33. So what the hell is Mark Kemp talking about? Bama is 33, says Maurice. Mark Kemp, you got to answer. You got to answer for your sins. Can Marshall be an X factor for LSU? Oh, yeah, man. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. He's a really good player, but he's going to be out there with your boy Trayvon Diggs. Get him out of here with the eye test stuff. Needs some proof as well. Lastly, mine was in Maryland before his ass was there. Everybody always gets on the person when they out the door if they lose or something like that. What did they say? They said this thing about Kiffin. His line was out the door, whatever. You think Lashley was there? He know that if he wins that national championship with him as the OC, right? How many black OCs won the national championship? That's something he could take to Maryland, right? And they'd be like, oh, man. It's like, yeah, I did this and that or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure he had his mind on the job, bro. What the hell is wrong with John Emery? What's wrong with John Emery is that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the truth, and y'all should just worry about that. Will the loser make the playoffs? It just depends on how they lose, I would think. Right now, Vegas, y'all with this over and under stuff. Why y'all like Vegas so much? Why can't we talk about football and what we see out there? Why we gotta do like everybody else? At the very least, you can come and say, like, Murph has a little bit of ingenuity about himself. He's trying to do shit that's different. I always feel like you can talk Vegas line. Any mumble rap YouTube dude can talk that shit like any other radio guy or whatever like that. Very few cats that come here and tell you what they see in between the lines, and that be the basis of the conversation. Jerry Jeudy will have 150 on Stingley, but Stingley will get a pivotal pick. Man, would they let Stingley travel to the slot? Why would he have to travel to the slot? I don't think he would travel to the slot. I think he'd get 150 on Kerry Vincent. Emery is not getting any playing time. Does he need to get playing time? Clyde Edwards-Helaire is killing everyone. And he can pass protect, which is the number one thing you need to be able to do at LSU this year. Bama don't want no smoke, says James Harvey, and he's not in here to actually contribute to any type of good football talk. I guess Ty Davis Price beat him out. Justin Jefferson can get 150 on Surtain too. You're making good points here. Dennis Wilson in here. I don't be knowing why Dennis be up in here, but he likes to frequent here. But he be wishing and hoping and praying that we talk about his teams. But I'm not even going to mention his team. Shout outs to Dennis Wilson. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the best all-around back in the country, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know about that. There's a guy in Athens, Georgia by the name of DeAndre Swift who can do whatever he does, right? And also do it a lot faster. but he's definitely up there. One of them, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man, is the truth. Surtain be getting cooked and Diggs be pulling jerseys. Put some respect on Clyde's name. Now y'all want to like Clyde. Y'all ain't like Clyde. New to the channel, but I like the topic. You definitely new to the channel. That means you don't know what's going on. What's the advantage of coming to something just because you've seen a live stream? All right, what about the actual content and how we operate here? That's what I want to know. If you don't know how the actual content goes on this channel, it's going to be hard for you to really survive in the live stream. J. Duval in the house. My man. You know they're going to go at Stingley. Yeah, they're going to go at Stingley, but I don't doubt he rises to the occasion. He seems like a type of kid that has a high ability to retain. Like, meaning Van Jefferson was getting him with certain routes, right? He may get him all throughout that particular game, but I think that his ability to put that in motion and really lab that, I heard that he's just a crazy, phenomenal. This is from people on the staff. He's a crazy, phenomenal work ethic type kid. It may be hard to just beat him with the same thing in different games, but it's going to be something totally different. You're going against these guys, and I love Van Jefferson, but these are some different dudes right here at Alabama. What's up, Ulysses? LSU will be going after Carter. Shaheem Carter. Clyde tore up Auburn and Florida, who are 20 and 31 in rush defense compared to Bama's 33. He should have a good game. That's too like general, right? That doesn't like matchups. Styles make fights, right? They may have just a different way of operating that their defense shows. See, people, you can't do that. You just saw the Georgia and Florida stuff. Everybody gonna pretend like that didn't happen, right? Everybody said Florida's gonna beat Georgia, and Georgia had this, and Georgia lost to USC, and Florida beat you. You can't do that stuff, man. You got to go beyond that. LSU will be going. Well, yeah, how much Bama gonna miss Forrestal? Man, Forrestal's injured. Man, that's my dude. Carter more solid than you think. It's not me thinking anything. I'm doing the film studies. What you want me to do, bro? I'm not thinking that. I'll never think anything. Anything that I'm doing is coming from valid analysis. So I'm not thinking it. At the very least, give me credit is that I'm looking at this. So if you think he's better than what I see, then that's you. But I'm not thinking it. 6 weeks? Dang. That's hard. Something wrong with his throat. You want to gotta pause that. Yeah, Coke got me. Coke got me. We got to pause that. Davis gets doubled a lot, says Chase. You got to pause that too. Like I said, Bama will miss him at tight end. Yeah, Forrestal's the truth, man. I love that. Peyton, what's going on? Marlon trying to be cute. I never think. No, you gotta go beyond that. Do the whole quote. How about you say, I never think. I know. Mike Fields, shout out to you. Thank you. Voice box injury, got hit in the throat. Still got to pause it, man. Neck surgery. That neck got. All right, for RPO and short yardage, could the slot side backer sit for the inside route? He can, man, but it's an option. I don't know why people always say that. You can do what you want to do. It's an option. You're being optioned off of whatever you do. You can sit there if you want. They'll just hand the ball off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, then they'll combo block you up to the second level while you're sitting there, and then they're out the gate. You want to approach it? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They'll throw behind you. It's an option. That's why you have to decrease the space and just force them to try to run the ball. The next spasms be getting them boys. I was responding to someone in the chat. Okay, why don't y'all, when y'all respond to somebody in the chat, why don't y'all address them people? This DJ dude right here, DJ was talking mad trash, right? I was going back through some stuff, right? And DJ was in there talking like he might need to be pink slipped, to be honest with you. He was talking trash about what LSU was about to do to Texas a few months ago. He said they're gonna beat them by like he was everywhere, just telling you it's not gonna be close, it's not gonna be competitive, it's not gonna be this and that. So DJ tried to come in here like he didn't say that. But if I did it, everybody would let me know every day of my life. You can't press the slot, they're off the line. They're off the line, but they gotta eventually approach the line. It's not necessarily pressing them, it's decreasing the space, right? So you're flat-footed, right? Feet nailed to the ground. When they approach you, you're not belling. So when they get to you, eventually it'll be like a press. You still get hands on a man, right? War zone, you get a 5-yard cushion to get hands on a man. How much do you see either team dropping a D lineman, especially in the coverage to negate the quick slants? I have not seen it yet. Not seen it yet. See, that's why I said, James Harvey, when you don't know what the content is, it's hard for you uh to um to function in this chat. Because anybody asking me about who's my team and all this and that like that, it pretty much gets you blocked, bro. We're talking football here. Don't worry about fandom. Or you can't follow the strategies and stuff like that. Just relax and relax. Relax and chill. Caleb Vaughn drops. He's definitely dropping because he ain't getting no sacks. Thumbs up check, says Chuck. Oh, my bad. Chuck says thumbs up check. Let's go. Lil Dub said he clearly knew. He said he was new, right? He said he just jumped in because he seen I was live. He don't know nothing about the content. Thumbs up chat. Let me know you did a thumbs up. Let's go. What round you have JJ? Jerry Judy? Like in a draft? He's a first round draft pick. Go to get the thumbs up chat. Let me know you did it. Let's get it to 100. Let's go. 0 to 100. Thanks, Chuck. Last team I saw drop a defensive end in coverage for a slant was Ohio State versus Bama in 2014 when Steve Miller had that pick six. Nah, a ton of teams do it, bro. But most of these teams aren't even front teams. They're odd front teams. So you see outside linebackers jumping all the time. But if you're talking about pure ends, I thought you was talking about in the literal sense. Like you're going to drop a 5 technique or something like that. It may be a little tougher to do, but everybody's dropping their outside linebackers because they're still linebackers. That's why you have them in 2-point stances. Thank you. 100. Let's get it. If you can, get that bad boy to 110 and we really roasting. James Wade, what up, man? I knew you were going to be coming. Let's go. It's been my hope that Joe Brady has some tricks up his sleeve, as I feel Bama was the main reason we went out and got him. Man, perhaps. I wish somebody would give credit to Steve Ensminger, though, for real, right? I was doing this shit with Steve Ensminger. That's if my shit didn't have nothing to do with just the spring game, right? I was able to come to the conclusion that LSU was on its way and that Joe Burrow was going to kill it by the last 4 games of last season. Once y'all go back and look at the stats of that, Joe Burrow was trashing dudes and nobody was paying attention to that, right? And they were going to a lot of the RPO stuff back then. So that's something that they started implementing. And I knew when Joe Brady came, right, and just knowing him being a Joe Moorhead disciple, that he was going to implement some of that stuff even more so. Then I was like, man, that would be a good fit right there, right? That's why Joe Moorhead is in NCAA football, right? Or is in D1 football from what he was doing at Fordham. And he was able to learn under the feet of that guy. I was like, man, that'll be a perfect match for what Ensminger was already doing the previous season. But nobody wants to give Ensminger any credit. Do you think Burrow would be a first-round pick? I actually do think he'll be a first-round pick. Bama drops Anthony in coverage all the time. We already said that. We've gone through that. Anthony Jennings is an outside linebacker. Outside linebackers don't just rush the passer. They are linebackers. They do hook and flat. They work. They do hook and curl. They work flat zones. They rush the passer. Do a lot of shit. That's why it's hard for them to just come in immediately and make an impact. That's why you don't see too many 3-4 outside linebackers as true freshmen just absolutely killing it. You get every once in a while maybe, but they have to learn how to be linebackers. So saying that you dropping Anthony Jennings in the coverage, that's like saying water is wet. He's a linebacker. Now, this dude said ends. Now, if you're talking about 4-3 defense, and that'd be like dropping Chase Young. You don't see that much. Sam says Burrow definitely a top 10 pick. We'll see, man. We've seen even Deshaun Watson. He was barely a top 10 pick if he was. Patrick Mahomes wasn't a top 10 pick. I think it goes beyond what you think it goes. They'll start picking them apart on certain things, and they'll be wondering, like, all right, when he played in a more pro-style system the previous season, he didn't do as well. Yeah, he got there late and this and that, but they'll be like, all right, man, it's really the side adjust and this and that. And it's like, all right, so they put him in a more quarterback-friendly offense, then he excels. So, you know what I'm saying? NFL is not that cut and dry. Is Burrow a top 3 QB pick, though? Man, I don't know. Y'all be asking me about these shit. I don't know. That's one of the things. Machines went number 10. What did the machines? You mean Mahomes? Where did Watson go? I don't know, man. The draft is whatever. Did any of y'all think Greedy Williams wouldn't go in the first round? Y'all, I bet you if I had this chat last year, everybody be like, oh, Greedy Williams is for sure a top 5 pick. The NFL does different shit. Bears picked Trubisky over Deshaun and Mahomes. After one freaking year, right? Suppose they call Joe Burrow a 1-year wonder. Players still have to go through the combines, y'all. Yeah, they got to do the combine, but they still have to lab that tape. That's what it is. When they start labbing that tape and they start breaking it down the way they break it down, not from just regular fan type stuff. Oh, he threw a touchdown and this and that. They want to see why he threw a touchdown. Was it easy for him? Is this and that? Or is it schemed up? And with him, with some of the best athletes that you can get on the planet playing with him, then like, how does that correlate and translate into what we're trying to do? Because nobody in the NFL is trying to run offense like that. Because guess what? Like the dude said, you can't press somebody in the slot. I seen Jalen Ramsey was pressing in the slot. Why? Because he's a professional cornerback, right? He can do that. Greedy just forgot to tackle a few people. Stocks drop. Who cares? Whatever. He wasn't tackling the year before either, but people were still saying that he was a top 5 pick. OSU ranked number 1 game impact. I'm confused. OSU is now ranked number 1. OSU or anything that has to do with the first playoff standings or first playoff rankings mean nothing to me. Every year people get up in arms about that. What they do with that first one is they set shit up to have you wanting to see more college football. So all the people that play each other within the next 2 weeks are all in the top 4. Imagine that. So it does not matter. 2 of these teams are getting knocked out of the top 4 immediately. He's the same height as Delpit now. Who's that? Combine is more about measurables than football. What happened to DeAndre Baker? He was so good at Georgia. I haven't been watching. What happened to him? He's not going good at the Giants. Great statement about the NFL evaluation of quarterbacks. That's what happens. How many times have we seen guys that we think are very good, and then it's like, damn. Like, what about Drew Lock at Missouri? He's a consensus top 10 pick the previous season. I remember after the draft listening to my guy Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. The first person they had brought up going into that season was Drew Lock, and they said that they think he would be the number 1 pick. Fast forward, how many ever days later, what did he go? He didn't even go in the first round, right? Orlando says, damn, DeAndre Baker is getting toasted? Hey. Nakia says hips and anticipation is 75% of what makes a cornerback. Huh? Anticipation for sure, but you better make sure you're on your route combinations, right? And I was out there, the first thing that I would be thinking about, all right, where is this wide receiver aligned at, right? Because only certain routes can be run. If you're plus splits, you're not going to run an out route. You can't. You're already on the sideline. If you're shaded inside, then I'm thinking, all right, he's probably going to try to do some type of outbreak, stuff like that. You have to be on your game like that. A lot of cornerbacks don't do shit like that. They just want to be out there and look pretty and talk shit. What DB/wide receiver battle are you most excited to see? Aaron Holland. What up? Are you talking about in general AH or for this game? DeAndre Baker getting fired week. Dang, he getting toasted. DeAndre Baker. Aaron Holland didn't want to say nothing about that. What up, AH? Is DeAndre Baker getting toasted? And y'all ain't saying nothing about that in the group chat? DeAndre Baker. This game, I'm mostly excited to see just because, right? You know what? I can't say Stingley because this is the thing about Stingley, right? I did the thing on Colin when he imprisoned Colin Johnson. All the LSU fans loved it. This is why I can't rock with LSU. All the LSU fans absolutely loved it, right? And all the Texas fans are like, man, why you do that to Colin Johnson? He ain't old. I was like, Stingley made him look old and all this and that or whatever. Colin Johnson's 21 years old. I was playing like he was an old man and how Stingley did him. Then he gets cooked by Van Jefferson, right? And I do the same exact content. And everybody's like, you can't do that to him. He's a true freshman. I'm like, was he not a true freshman when he was cooking, when he was in prison in Colin Johnson? Why is it different now? Right? That's the mark of a goofy ass fan base. And that's why I can't rock with some shit like that. So I would say I would want to see Stingley versus one of these guys. But then if he gets cooked, then they're going to say, oh, he's just a true freshman. However, if he locked down Jerry Jeudy, nobody would mention. They would mention that he's a true freshman, but for a positive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you work with that? So I'll say I want to see something boring. Like, I want to see Kerry Vincent and Jalen Waddle. Kerry Vincent and Jalen Waddle. I really want to see Stingley and Jamar Chase. Oh, actually, I want to see Surtain and Jamar Chase because I saw that bad boy live before too. And I'm not gonna lie, Jamar Chase was busting his ass. I want to see if Stingley can get that get back in actual football and not at a camp. Not the fans who love football more than just their team. Exactly. Ja, what's going on? Please do not mention to check out anybody else on my chat. Like, are you crazy? As a matter of fact, we're going to get you up out of here, bro. Don't be promoting nobody else on my shit. Let somebody coming out and they promoting me or something like that, then maybe I'll think about it. But you know what I'm saying? I had to grind and struggle in, you know what I mean? And really get it popping. People weren't trying to promote me, but they all watch and subscribe and lurk and stuff like that. but they'll take my shit, my sayings and stuff like that. You want to promote, promote. Don't steal. Baker was playing zone and everybody else on the team was playing man. He gave up a TD on one of the plays. Why y'all getting on that man like that, man? Stingley seemed to struggle on the back shoulder routes against Florida. He got cooked on the slant routes a lot too. Got 2 or 3 slant routes on him. Stingley, Pops got him right. That freshman shit don't matter. It didn't matter with the Colin Johnson thing. That's what I don't understand. I thought it didn't matter. I thought we was good. I don't know. James Wade. Chase was burning Surtain at the opening, Murph. He was. He definitely was burning him at the opening. Which one? Which one? That Mama Jama can't. He need that get back. I know he think about that in his mind. Like, I want to run that back. Which kind of got him at the opening too. Got Surtain. Your boy Terrace Marshall got him at the opening too. Stingley versus Devontae Smith. Surtain not that good, really. So everybody getting on Surtain now, right? So when I did the thing last year and I was like, I don't know, man, about Patrick Surtain. Everybody was all mad. What you mean, Murph? They doing the true freshman thing, too. They like, he's just a true freshman, Murph. I was like, I know, but they're in their 15th game. How true of a freshman is he? Jerry Jeudy was giving that boy the blues. I'm an LSU fan. I actually admitted to my Florida homeboys that Jefferson was giving him that work. It ain't got nothing to do with who you're a fan of. It doesn't, if someone is getting that work, right, doesn't mean you think he sucks. It's just happened. That's just what happened in that particular game. He could come back the next week, shut somebody down, or they could play again and he could shut them down. Then he won that battle. That's the great thing about football, some of these individual matchups. You can't just be, you know what I'm saying? You can't have your pink sheet out, your thong. You can't be wearing your thong and having your pink sheet from Flamingos if your guy's not doing well, because it's just that game. It does not mean that they're trash. That's what people can't really get. Can anybody actually stick Jeudy? If so, who? Anybody stick Jeudy? Yeah, man, I don't find him to be invincible or anything like that. People keep saying, can people stick Jeudy? But most of the time, Jeudy operates out of the slot. I want to see Jeudy operate on the outside against like a Stingley or a Fulton or somebody like that and see what's popping. But I want you to look up the game against Georgia. How many yards did Jerry Jeudy have when DeAndre Baker was out there? How many yards did he have total? Somebody look that up. A lot of people just don't watch football. I watch everything. Jerry Jeudy was not killing Georgia last year. LSU exposes a lot of cornerbacks as Nakia. But which cornerbacks are we talking about? You're literally 8 or 9 games into what you're doing. Which cornerbacks that were on the schedule that you're like, wow, CJ Henderson, maybe? Because if it's Marco Wilson, he was already trash Duke. Now CJ Henderson I can see, but he's been kind of hurt. Obviously, he missed some games. But he had some good stuff going against Jamar Chase too. CJ Henderson, even though he was hurt and all this, that he had some nice PBUs as well. Chase says football talk, leave that Homer stuff out the chat. How many yards did Justin Jefferson have on Bama last season? 85? Are you asking me a question there, Lamar? CJ Henderson stock has dropped. But people were up in arms when I said that I thought that CJ Henderson and Eric Stokes were equals. They was like, there's no way in hell he's as good as CJ Henderson. I bet you they think that now. Jeudy had 3 receptions for 24 yards against DeAndre Baker since AA. How many did he have total, though, in the game? Did he get the 75 yards? B. Wyman says, dang, I'm late. B. Wyman been waiting for this day his whole life to talk some LSU up in here. He's trying to talk LSU when LSU is not the topic. Now you get your chance, B. Wyman, now and you're late. That was his total for the game? All right, hold your horses. So who was the man that said that can Jerry Jeudy be stopped? Where you at? Did you hear what he just said? Jerry Jeudy had 3 receptions for 24 yards against Georgia, right? When DeAndre Baker was out there and he was in shadow mode. Hi, Edwards, Hilaire. Huge mismatch for Bama's linebacker in the pass game. Maybe for Shane Lee, but I believe that, you know what I mean, your boy Christian Harris maybe be able to compete. Jeudy had a few drops against UGA. What does the guy do anything? That's a part of football. Baker's 4.5, 340 is showing big time in the NFL, Murph. Man, y'all mentioned that I'm gonna get on it tonight and really laugh some DeAndre Baker and see what's going on with him. That boy was the truth in college. I think both LSU and Alabama both have talent, no doubt. I think this game will probably come down to turnovers, or special teams, or even a pass interference call. Dang, one call? That would be the game of the century right there, JC. Judy isn't better than Lamb, in my opinion. Right? But when I say stuff like that, it causes controversy, and I'm a hater. What that mean, Ron G? I really want to see Stingley on Judy. I'm curious to see how Stingley can hold up. I don't know why it has to be Judy. These people, y'all people need to fast forward. Newsflash, Devontae Smith is killing it. He's the leading receiver. Any one of them boys across from Derek Stingley is a matchup problem. First, you got Henry Ruggs, probably the only guy that he would look across and he'd be like, damn, this dude is actually faster than me, right? Devontae Smith, he's like, damn, this dude could possibly be faster than me. Jerry Judy's not faster than him, but then he'd be looking across like, damn, this dude is extremely savvy with his route running and very imaginative. So any one of them dudes. Terrace Marshall is the X factor, Murph. It could be, man, could be. But Trayvon, if he's over there with Trayvon Diggs, that's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. Your boy Murph is going to be like, I'm going to have them emoji eyes. They think Judy a guy. I know, right? He get all people, anybody who gets hyped, people just be riding. I'm like, damn, dude, Devontae Smith is the leading receiver this year. Right. So it's not like Jerry Judy when they were freshmen had like 1,000 yards or anything like that. He didn't have that many yards at all. So that's 1 year that he was killing it. Then the next year, his homeboys are coming in, they're killing it too. Get them boys all props. You think it's gonna be a rough day for Vincent? Yes. It's gonna be a rough day for Vincent. They traditionally played Jerry Judy in the slot. Does anybody think that Kerry Vincent can handle Jerry Judy in a slot? Bama not going to let you lock down their best receivers. They use the middle of the field for mismatches. They just use the middle of the field, period. But they use it for misses. Suppose there's not a mismatch to be had. The mismatch, though, would be Kerry Vincent on whomever. Or if you can spread it out enough and they have to put Jacoby Stevens there. Now, people before the game was like, before the Florida game, it's like, Jacoby Stevens can handle the slot duty, and he can do Kyle Pitts too, Murph Paul. Neither happened. Yeah, Vincent got track speed, but sucks in coverage. Yeah, he's super fast. Do you know what happened to Divinity Jr.? I don't know what happened to Divinity Jr. LSU wins the toss. They need to take the ball first, Murph. It never really mattered to me. I always like to have the ball after halftime, to be honest with you. Stevens can't cover, says Titus, but that boy can hit. KVJ suspect as hell. I don't think it's suspect no more. They say he failed a drug test. Wasn't he talking about losing the love for the game or something? Somebody came up kept saying in the chat a few weeks ago. Stay off the weed. Waddle will be the mismatch, says JBE. JBE in the building. Yeah, being able to score before half, then receive after the half is a big advantage. That's what I'm saying. Anytime you got that and you can make that happen, get a nice little 2-minute drill, then come back, you can swing the balance super seriously. 14 points, 14 unanswered, multiple drug tests. I'll be honest with you. I haven't looked into it, but I can definitely hit someone up on the staff, but I had to get 2 or 3 different opinions of it, right, from some sources to really tell you something like that. So when I say this shit about Antonio Alfano, everybody was calling me a liar and shit like that. It's like, Murph, he said he wanted to be with his sick grandma. Is he with his sick grandma, or did Murph have some serious intel by somebody who was his damn freaking? No, I can't say that. By somebody very close to the situation. Because the man went to Colorado. He did not go back home to New Jersey or New York or wherever he's from. LSU should have been number 1 in college football playoffs. You damn Skippy. Ohio, that's a travesty. But this is what they want to do. I don't know why y'all can't get every year they get y'all to do this shit. They want to make future matchups, right? If they can make future matchups. Penn State, Ohio State play each other next week. Bama, LSU play each other this week. Also, they want to get you talking, right? They want to get every football's on everyone's mind. They go to the water cooler talk at work the next day or whatever like that. Can you believe it? I'm like, damn, does any of this shit matter? LSU will be number 1 after they beat Alabama. Does it really matter? Ohio State brand won out. No, the brand didn't win out. They're literally trying to have you say stuff. They want you to talk about college football. This is called marketing. LSU had to prove all this hype. That is a great point. And this is the one too. Let's be honest here. Who's the pressure on the most? Is it on Alabama or LSU? We did that for Georgia and Florida, and it was clearly Georgia was under the most pressure. Who's under the most pressure in this game to win this game? I know it sounds funny, but I actually think it may be LSU under the most pressure. They have to get over that hump. Who's to say the next person to come in is going to be as good as Joe Burrow, right? They'll have some of the same weapons, but you just never know. Miles Brennan may not be that, or whomever they have coming or whatever like that. It's a lot of pressure. LSU has all the pressure. LSU, isn't that funny for Alabama to be coming to a game at home with not that much pressure? That's not scary to y'all? Definitely not Miles. I wouldn't say definitely not Miles. I've seen some stuff that I like from Miles, at least in the spring game. Bama under pressure too. Bama, I said who has the most pressure. I did not say who has all the pressure. Will LSU hit the portal again for a QB like Burrow? What's up, Mild Menace? Man, could they hit the portal? That's a good. Would someone like De'Aaron King would De'Aaron King be a good match? I think he could work an offense like that. Whoever has the most rushing yards will win the game. Joey Gatewood, you think could be like Joe Burrow? Kevin says, watching your videos expanding my football IQ. Salute. Pressure on LSU after losing 8 straight. Difference will be the field goal kicking, perhaps. This game is about to be amazing. I know, right? Oh, hold on. Matthew Burge. Be having, saying, these dudes be on that cash money trash talk. Then they want to jump in, right? Unless you know what's popping. Joey Gatewood built like Cam, no cap. Anybody saying no cap in here probably should be blocked. This chat is for adults. Neither team has a great kicker. Hope it doesn't come down to it. Then he says Gators checking in. Sorry, can't do Gators. Or maybe I could log off and log back on. We could do some Gator stuff. But I'm trying to talk Bama LSU right now. So, ain't Ponsall got him up out of there? What happened, Ponsall? I don't think it matters that much that Tua isn't playing. Tua isn't playing? Wait, hold up. I'm confused. Y'all about to jump on this dude? He said Tua isn't playing. Young coach says, man, Tua playing. Bro says Tua's playing. Little Dub says block him. I think what makes Tua good from you watching film? I mean, I've seen every Tua throw ever, right? Alabama was a primary cover for mine. He's reading fake news. What makes him good is his ability to steer, right? Some people are unable to steer as quarterbacks. They know where they want to go, but they can't steer that shit there, right? His ability to steer is phenomenal. If he can see it, he can put the ball right there. A lot of people, they be like, all right, I want to throw it right into that window right there, and the shit go way left. Pink slip him? You got to get pink slip. Y'all be telling me to do stuff. Y'all got the mods can do what they want. I give mods full. The mods got that juice here. Tua is injury prone. Yeah, he got them fiberglass ankles. Somebody got to get them fiberglass ankles fixed. That boy on that exotic orange juice. We need to pressure too. I'm telling you, man. Y'all keep thinking y'all pressuring these. Some of these guys work well under pressure. A guy like that with a quick throwing motion and that is playing in a simplified offense knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. You're going to vacate areas that he's just going to throw into. You need to flood. I don't know. I done explained this a whole bunch of times. I need to go back on that master or whatever I said, the master plan for stifling Alabama's offense last year that I had that everybody got mad about. Same rules apply. Throw more bodies at the pass than you throw at the rush. Rush 3, you know what I mean? Drop back 8, or do whatever like that. You don't necessarily have to be sending 5 and 6 man pressure and stuff like that. Tua has them Steph Curry ankles. Caleb Vaughn will eat Tua. I think you mean Caleb Vaughn will eat tuna because Caleb Vaughn has 2 sacks. JBE says pitch perfect. That's going to be stolen from someone in about 3 seconds. LSU is banged up on defense. I would hate to break it to you, but so is Alabama. I can name superstar players from Alabama who will not be playing in this game. How you feel about Divinity not playing? I think it's a decent loss. I think it's a decent loss just for what he is, but for what he means to the team, I guess. But just straight up, I don't think Divinity really lived up to what I thought he would live up to. or what I thought he would be. Jay Jones says, who's banged up on LSU? Just another critic says, Bama banged up every year. B. Wyman says, yeah, Chasen hasn't made much of an impact. James Wade says, Delpit. Yeah. If Delpit is hurt, that's definitely a problem because the safety depth is crazy. Just the depth at defensive back, period. Just not to say it's not quality in the future, but it's just a bunch of young, inexperienced guys. Divinity was more of a stack linebacker than an outside linebacker. Yeah, I said that before, and people was like, hey, man, he play outside. How you think Tua is under pressure? I don't understand that sentence. It reads ambiguously. You mean how do I think he operates under pressure? I think he operates pretty well under pressure. What I think is if you've seen people, they always fool him with like late, either dropping someone late or something like that. If he has his mind made up to go, anytime he's been fooled, it's usually something like that. Other than that, you rush him, he just vacates, goes to the vacation. That's what he does. Damone Clark is fire. I like Damone Clark. I like Patrick Queen. I like Jacob Phillips. That's my dude right there, Jacob Phillips. I even like, what's his name? I forget his name now because he tried to play me. That's what happens. Don't be trying to play Murph. Oh, Tyler Taylor? Tyler Taylor, you better get off or you get a whooping. Tyler Taylor's about to get a whooping. I was at the game to cover Tyler Taylor here in Gwinnett County, Georgia, where he's from. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tyler were cool or whatever like that. I even did his commitment Photoshop edit, right? When I put him in the LSU gear and he committed to LSU and all that and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. He tried to play me for some odd reason, man. And look what happened to him. Where is he at now? And he said his mom was getting on him in the game. Looked like he wanted to cry. He had the look in his eye. He was looking at me like, can you help me? My mom is mean. And Tyler Taylor about 6'3", 250. And his mom was like, Tyler Taylor, you better fix your attitude. She kept calling him by his whole name. He's in prison? Tyler Taylor? You better lock your booty. You better lock your booty if they in there like that. You better click tile and snap it. Judy burnt Joseph so bad, Tua threw an interception. Damn. Kevin Joseph, man, that was my dude, man. What happened to that boy? Click tile. You better lock and snap and break it like Martin Lawrence said. Click tile. He was a getaway driver. There's no way he had his license. His mom was not going to let him get a license. They had somebody doing the getaway job. They ain't had no license. Tyler Taylor, you know you cannot be driving that car today. Didn't Aranda show the blueprint last year against Alabama? Seemed like Venables took a good portion of that in his pocket. Negative, Captain. That would be Mississippi State. Who did they play first? Mississippi State or LSU? Mississippi State was the first one to get him to throw an interception. And I think he only had like 164 yards against Mississippi State. I think they took some of what Mississippi State did and they had him throw that interception to, who was it, Todd Harris last year? LSU played him first before Mississippi State? I'm confused. Joseph was my boy, but he headed to, I know where he went. No, Murph, it was LSU. JBE says State exposed Bama. LSU played them first. I don't know what to tell you. They had 29 points. They didn't have 29 points against Mississippi State. I think, LSU wasn't pressing. And Kerry Vincent was getting his ass stomped out. That was the first time we seen people pressing was against Mississippi State. So I don't think Mississippi State set the blueprint and then Georgia followed it. LSU played in the week before. His first interception was against LSU. I think his first interception was like downfield, right? They really got him by hands-on man and taking away the quick stuff. He tried to throw a quick game stuff to Mississippi State, and that's when he really threw that. But he only had 164 yards against Mississippi State. How many yards did he have against LSU? Yeah, it was a long ball. That's what I'm saying. He had a long ball that had picked off. But within the framework of what they normally do, Mississippi State took away that quick game shit. He had 295 against LSU, and they set the blueprint. Somebody look up. He had 1 million yards. Somebody look up what he had against Mississippi State. How many possessions did he have against LSU? What do you mean? He had like 6 possessions and had 295 yards receiving? LSU game plan didn't work, 29-0. That's what I'm saying. So what was Mississippi State? They didn't score either, but look at his stats. Mississippi had a way better D-line, and they affected him more. Definitely the defensive line, but it was what they were doing with the defensive backfield. I'm telling you, that was the first time I was like, oh, there you go. Somebody finally wanted to decrease the space and just take away. Look at that, 164 yards. So who set the blueprint? The guy they had 295 yards on, or the one they had 164 yards on? 100 possessions. LSU was a 3-and-out machine against Bama. That was bad. Your boy Quentin Williams was a top 3 draft pick off that one game. B. Wyman says, I totally forgot about the Mississippi State game. That's because you weren't on Ty Billing last year. I had a lot of mileage out of that game. I'll tell you, I did this thing. It was the blueprint for stopping or for stifling LSU. See, look at that. Tua had 164, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception against Mississippi State. And then they went out, and everybody else didn't want to try to do it because everybody's afraid to get hands-on man against these guys. But Mississippi State wasn't afraid. And they did the best. Then Georgia came out, right? What did he do against Georgia before he went out? So everybody's going to be like, oh, he was injured. But what did he do against Georgia? He's always injured, right? He has fiberglass ankles. So we got to stop with the he's injured thing. What did he do against Georgia? Mississippi State exposed Alabama. You are correct, bro. I know you know your stuff. Hey, man, Steph said he went 10 for 25 with 1 TD and 2 interceptions against Georgia. So I said Georgia copied the blueprint. Wine glass ankles. Georgia copied the blueprint. And then Clemson did a little bit better with the turnovers, right? And really capitalized on the turnovers. And, of course, Clemson had the best offense out of all those guys who could really capitalize on it. Y'all know he got them plexiglass ankles. Them fiberglass ankles. But that boy he can play some football. LSU held Brown from Auburn and Q Will and ain't get called for it. We still talking about that? Don't be up in top billing whining about officials, right? Tua's ankles made out of Kevin Durant. Come on, man. Murph, what you think about the 2 running games / running defenses? Man, it's tough for me to really say, right? Because it's hard to judge the Auburn game because I don't think Auburn can compete in pass defense, right? I think their pass defense is super suspect. So I think you have to it would have to dedicate extra bodies to the passing game to try to really compete in that manner. I would have liked to have seen LSU against a balanced defense like Georgia to really see how good the run game is. Same thing with Florida, right? Florida was missing Jabari Zuniga and John Grenard, so it's hard to really say what's going on in their defensive secondary. Suspect as hell. Georgia would have been the best test for any of these teams because Georgia can operate against the run and operate against the pass balanced. They don't have to dedicate any extra bodies to any of those aspects. So I would like to have seen that. But if LSU's run game is what we thought it was or what we saw from Auburn, then I would say that has the better run game, right? But the better run game personnel to me is Alabama. And Najee Harris, I'm gonna give you props, bro. That's why I put this right. Y'all probably can't see that right there. That's like one of the first when I first started making shirts. I was just doing concepts for different teams. So that says got Najee right there. But Najee's been running hard. That's all I ever wanted to see from him. I thought he was talented. I thought he'd be dancing in the backfield and shit like that. You know what I mean? He's Najee, new edition Najee and shit. He's Bobby Brown up there dancing in the backfield. But he's been running hard, man. He's just trying to run people over, just getting physical. So shout outs to him. He's still the slowest running back I've ever seen. Him and Clyde Edwards-Helaire need to have a race to see who's the slowest. But running hard, doing his thing, man. I like Najee Harris, straight up. Oh, James Wade says, hit the, come on, baby. Let's get it to 150. Thumbs up. Let's go, baby. 150. Just another critic says he flipped a switch for sure. Yeah, I think people were getting on him. Maybe he watched Todd Billing video and I was getting on him or something. Daniel says I did a hell of a job breaking down Auburn's defense against LSU. For sure, thanks. I like Brian Robb slightly better. I still like Brian Robinson better than Najee. He's just more explosive, and he's super physical. Najee never goes down from the first tackle. He scares me. I don't know about that. I've seen him soloed up a lot, and that's weird to me, right? He's been soloed up by a lot of defensive backs. He got rocked to sleep by somebody in one of these games, the last couple of games, by a defensive back going. It might have been a Tennessee game. Clyde shifting. Clyde will muscle relax you into a coma. You see Elijah Holyfield? No, I didn't. What happened to Elijah Holyfield? Harris was supposed to be AP Jr. Who the hell said he was Adrian Peterson? Adrian Peterson's like my God, man. He's my favorite running back of this generation. Ain't nothing not Adrian Peterson about him. Adrian Peterson is fast as hell. Najee Harris still, his longest run this year thus far is 25 yards. Conley said the Badger poacher. Come on, Conley. Stop asking me about that Honey Badger poster. I'm not going to give you my Honey Badger poster, man. You tried to get me to sell it to him. I can't let you do. I'm going to get it up eventually. Pause. It's going to go somewhere in here. A lot of this shit that y'all didn't see anyway, even in the other room, y'all saw one wall. The entire room had stuff on it. So y'all didn't get to see a lot of stuff that I had there. Clyde going to put them LTs on all of Bama. All right. LTs. I'm confused. Wait, what poster? He said the Honey Badger. I had that Honey Badger poster in the last house that was always in the background. AP should have been first freshman to win Heisman. AP is, oh my God. What a freak. Clyde Edwards-Helaire runs at 4.47. He sure don't look like it though. Man, I've seen all kinds of. Go look at Elijah Holyfield's. Right now, this is why I tell you, do not take that shit to the bank. You never know who the hell is timing these kids. Go see what Elijah Holyfield ran right at the opening, and then go see what he ran at the NFL Combine. So after 3 years of being in a strength and conditioning program, one of the best in the country in Georgia's, right? He got that much slower. You don't know what the hell these kids are going to run, man. Anybody can time it. Shit is not an exact science. A 4.47 from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 4.4 means you should be able to break at least one or two long runs that go for a touchdown. He's been caught on every single long run. The Florida game last year, all them games this year, he be breaking 50 and 60-yard runs, and he always gets caught from behind. That's not 4.4. Matthew Bird says, I'm going to need that hoodie. Come on, bro. Oh, damn, Matthew. I'm tripping. I was thinking about someone else. I apologize, Matthew. Yeah, your hoodie's getting popping tonight, actually. I was doing the names felt familiar right there, Matt. I got you on the hoodie, bro. Remember, I had to order for a hoodie, so I don't have hoodies in stock. I don't have T-shirts really in stock either, so I'll order them as you order them. I'll order the size and then make the shirt. So the hoodies just came in yesterday. I apologize, Matthew, for real. But I was like, damn, I have an alter. Just the name just felt familiar. Exactly. He has never busted it all the way, says B. Wyman. Pause. LT is Lore Tab. Lore Tab. What the hell is that? I'm tripping. Matthews, I was tripping. I was like, damn, I'm getting flamed for buying a hoodie. I completely apologize. It's probably somebody with the name Matthew or something like that. Y'all know I get into it with everybody. Hello, so much pausing. Man, you got to pause that bad boy. We don't know what's going on. Yo, Pat Stingley ran a 4.33. OBJ ran a 4.43 at the combine. What he ran at the opening? James Wade with this dry fit shit. You know, James Wade ain't never gonna buy nothing in his life. So he be asking. He's like, Murph, you got top billing Air Jordans? Lord Tab is a depressant. Oh, you going too far with it. Lord Tab is a muscle relaxer. Yeah, you going too far. We can just say muscle relaxer. You getting all technical with it, and so you made me think we need to send somebody to your house. Make sure you good. Pill heads. Hell, I'm supposed to know what a Lord Tab is. Give me the speedster who runs a 4.4 after blocking, says Tall Ken. Edwards-Helaire finished at the goal line. That he does. These dudes on drugs for real. They know what muscle relaxers are and stuff like that. We can just call it a muscle relaxer. We ain't got to get technical with it. Enough about OBJ. What about the O-line versus D-line matchups? Damn, did I how much stuff did we say about OBJ for you to say enough about OBJ? These dudes selling muscle relaxers. This man trying to get his business started up off Top Billing live stream. Hey, do not be buying pills off this man off my live stream. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Well, I take a pill that makes you depressed. I think we're getting too far left now. All right, so let's get back to something else. Somebody super chat and change the topic. Give me the speedster. You already said that, bro. I missed a super chat. James Wade trying to talk about Willie Taggart. Even Joe has some muscle relaxers. Y'all saw I did the Joe muscle relaxer a few videos ago. Thad Moss is a mismatch problem. Not this game. Xavier McKinney can erase Thad Moss. He excels at defending the tight end. That's what he does. Go check him out last year against what's the guy that went to the draft from Oklahoma? I feel about Taggart. I don't feel nothing about y'all. How y'all don't ask me what I feel about Taggart? Y'all must your first year in the your first minute in the chat. I only called him the PE teacher and Mr. Woodcock and physical ed teacher, PE teacher, all that shit like that 50 million times. Y'all know how I feel about Willie Taggart. I didn't think he was that good. Is Burrow accurate being heard? He throws on the run very well. LSU O-line versus Bama D-line. Let's discuss. All right, so LSU O-line versus Bama D-line. I was supposed to be doing the best roster and shit like that. Y'all done completely ruined that. I could already tell that I couldn't go like I did with Georgia or Florida fans. We went unit by unit, position by position. We broke that shit down. You guys are schizophrenic, pillhead cats, can't pay attention. Oh, y'all remember Mr. Woodcock? Y'all remember Mr. Woodcock. Yeah, so, all right. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to always think about with LSU's offensive line is Austin Turnstile Deculus, right? He's one of the Turnstile brothers. You got Gene Turnstile DeLance on Florida, and you got Stone Feet Forsyth. Austin Deculus is terrible. He's terrible. I'm sorry, right? People were trying to say he was doing good against when they played against, like, what was it, Towson or something like that. I'm like, what they got to do anything? Terrell Lewis is coming on strong, right, Paul? He's coming on like you wouldn't believe. That man is a complete monster, and he's looking like what we think Caleb Von Chasen can do, right? So both those guys are the first dudes to get off the bus, right? If you're on the team, you want them off the bus first. Brenton Cox, transfer from Georgia, KJ Henry, Cat Bryant, all these guys. Out of all those style of players, Terrell Lewis looks to be the first one that I think is actually a very good player. He's been coming on strong. Terrell Lewis versus Austin Deculus, who you got? Let me know. Deculus be getting trashed. Auburn D-line is superior to all the others. Laugh my ass off. Did you not see what Georgia did? That's why I tried to tell y'all. Stop going by what you hear Gary Danielson say. Everybody got T-Lou. Cement feet Deculus. T-Lou is a grown-ass man. Deculus hasn't played that bad against Auburn and Florida. Everyone on Florida was hurt, though. So he hadn't played that bad. He didn't play that bad against Florida, but there was no – actually, the two plays Jabari Zuniga played, he made plays, and they were on Austin Deculus, right? Go back and look at it. Number 68 trash for LSU. Is that Deculus's number? Moss is going to have to chip block to help Deculus, and that will really take him out of the play going against Xavier McKinney. They need McGee at right tackle, Ingram – Deck 6'7". The funny thing about it, man, I really like Austin Deculus, right? I really like Austin Deculus on the camp circuit, right? He was at the Rivals game. He competed really hard at our Rivals camp, and he's extremely physical. My minute says Murphy, I'm taking Terrell Lewis, of course. On number 68, that's Damian Lewis. Yeah, I don't know about that. Damian Lewis is actually pretty good. That just looks like a 300-pound snowboarder. Can we say that? That seems like, you know what I'm saying, we may be going too far. He looks like a 300-pound snowboarder. Ed Ingram and Lloyd Cushenberry, only decent dudes on the line. I can kind of agree with that. Sadiq Charles, I thought at one particular point in time, I was like, man, that's an early round draft pick. Sadiq Charles needs to be a guard. He's playing out of position. So, but Sadiq Charles going against Anthony Jennings on the other side. Go look at Anthony Jennings. He's better than Terrell Lewis, in my opinion. He's a more complete football player. He's great against the run. Maybe not a great sack artist in the mode that Terrell Lewis might be. But, man, I wouldn't doubt if he had 5 sacks himself, right? I know Lewis has, I think, 6. Jennings probably has 4 or 5 himself. They have better pass rushers than LSU. LSU doesn't really have a pass rusher you can count on. Sadiq been out of shape. Well, he's been out of shape his whole life. Austin Succulus. Damn, can we say that? Y'all be killing these kids, man. I'll be having to talk to these. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all do that to that man? Tyler Shelvin will cause problems on the interior. Yeah, he will probably against the run, but I'm not going to be like, man, Tyler Shelvin, we need you to go against Landon Dickinson, and we need you to get to that passer. I don't think round is in shape. I don't think he can do that. Tyler Shelvin he's a grown-ass man, though. Hold on, I'm sorry. My wife just texted me. Christian Barmore is a disruption waiting to happen. I thought we were on the okay, or we still on that. All right, so yeah, Christian Barmore, I like him. You know what? All these guys we mentioned, right? You know who we don't mention first, which is a travesty, and let you know where they're at in their careers. The two most heralded players with the most production out of all these teams is both two senior defensive linemen, and they're both 5 techniques. Rashard Lawrence and Raekwon Davis. At one particular point in time, you could have said that both were top 10 picks. Now, where would you take guys like that? Raekwon Davis must have been on roids or something, man, because he has not been the same type of player, right? He still gets after it a little bit, but he was so dominant 2 years ago, man. You just knew for sure he was going to be a top 10 pick after he was a junior. And Rashard Lawrence, too. I felt the same way about him. Rashard Lawrence been there for at least 15 years, right? He got a full beard. His beard go up real high, too, so you know he old with it. He looking like Suge Knight and shit. Lawrence, too injury prone. 4th round. Damn. They third. You imagine Raekwon Davis as a 3rd round draft pick 2 years ago? I think he led Alabama in sacks 2 years ago. He was close to it. He had like 8 sacks as a 5 technique. Other players made them look good. Well, shit, dude was playing with Quinnen Williams last year, who had 30 tackles for loss. That should have been the year that he looked good, going and playing right next to Quinnen Williams, and he still didn't look good. Lawrence looks damn near 30. I think he came to college looking 30, though. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be real with it. Dell and Barmore have been bright spots. I do like DJ Dell and Christian Barmore. I like what I've seen from Byron Young. I like what I've seen a little bit from the hometown kid over here, Justin Aboigbe, but LeBron Ray, him being out 2 years ago, he was a top 20 pick. Now he's a late 2nd round pick. Damn. Lawrence has grandkids at this point. Lawrence's kids right now are trying to pick between LSU and Alabama. Lawrence hit 30 when he was 16. Come on. Feheko been a pleasant surprise? You talking about Braden Feheko? What surprise is that? That dude's been thorough. Braden Feheko is a good player. There's nothing surprising about that. A surprise would be somebody like if Siaki Ika played really good. But Tyler Shelvin, Siaki Ika, but Braden Feheko, he's been good for at least the last 2 or 3 years. He's better than Rashard Lawrence now. Feheko hasn't been as advertised, in my opinion. I think he's been pretty good. He's never going to be super dominant or anything like that, but he does what he does, right? I think he's very good against the run. A lot of people be wanting these guys to get 10 sacks from being 5 techniques and stuff like that. It's very rare. Green hair, Glenn Logan. I like Glenn Logan. I said Ika, the Polynesian polar bear. Get him out, coach. His barber giving him that senior discount. Rashard Lawrence got the senior discount. Tyler Snacks Shelvin. How many people name Snacks? These guys be needing their own nicknames, man. That's why they need to holler at your boy. How he gonna be Snacks, and so is Dwayne Harrison from the New York Jets. I think he played with them. He probably played with the Giants now, don't he? Pause. I don't think Fehoko was great, solid but not great. Nah, nobody said he was great. Rashard does look like he's in his 40s. I said that the man was thorough. Fahoko's been thorough. Damon Harrison, yep. What does Damon Harrison play for now? Is he a Giant? Ben Logan good, though? Benny Logan? Is he Benny or is he Glenn? I'm confused. Fehoko has been a rock on the line, says Matt W. He played for the Lions? Dang. He doing what you doing. Great channel, and I love to watch it. Thanks, Drink Me. Mr. Bleach himself. Glenn Logan, all right. Who do they call him? They called him they called him Benny Logan. I was like, damn, Benny Logan, him and Rashard Lawrence about the same age. Benny Logan was the truth. Benny Logan was 2011. Yeah, that's when Rashard Lawrence first got there. Ika was playing outside linebacker in practice today. A 330-pound outside linebacker, and you about to go against Alabama? I wouldn't even mention that, man. That means you're over there playing around. Benny Logan was like 4 years ago. Lawrence is a regular at Piccadilly. Hey, Piccadilly, them old people. I saw someone catch a bad one at Piccadilly one time when I was a little kid. It was an old lady. She was working there, man. She slipped on a tray or something like that. She had to have been like 70-something, man. That shit was sad to watch. She like her feet like flew in the air. She fell on her hip and shit. Ooh, she caught a bad one. But yeah, that man definitely be at Piccadilly. He be getting them Wednesday senior discounts too. Hello and thanks. All right, so you may be doing a little bit too much right here. We never start off hello and thanks. We didn't even respond. How you gonna say thanks? You doing too much, homie. We don't get down like that here. Do you think Marcel Brooks can fill in for I'm not mad at that. If they make him an outside linebacker straight up, right? I'm not mad at that at all. I think he could grow into that for sure. That would be pretty good. He's looking like a kind of young Von Milleris. Maybe put some weight on him like that. So I don't know. I don't know about him at safety, but him as an outside linebacker, man, with that type of speed and agility. Hello and thanks. Our man didn't even let us say hello back. He gonna say thanks. LSU was waiting for this forever. Better win. Bama was waiting for this game after LSU beat Florida. Marcel Brooks gonna put on 20 to 25 pounds next year. That would be gangster. Hello and thanks. He said, thank God, thank goodness, and thank you. I didn't even want to read that. He lost me at hello and thanks. The rest of that shit was jumbled up. So what is the injury update for LSU? Is Delpit okay? Is Stingley okay? Stingley's injured too? Dang. What kind of bye week was that? When you getting hurt on your bye week, man, I don't know what to say. I never heard of Lubies. So I don't think they have one of those in Georgia, but Piccadilly we had definitely in Norcross too. They both got hurt against Auburn. They will be fine. Delpit not practicing this week. He's resting. I don't play Murph. That ain't me, bro. They had him at outside linebacker today. I can't see why either, though. No, I'm not talking about you playing. I'm talking about LSU is playing around. You playing around. You putting a guy like that at outside linebacker. What is that going to do for you? You don't think Steve Sarkisian would get him matched up? I'd go 10 wide. 10 wide to have Jerry Jeudy go against Siaki Ika. All right, talking. You got to say something like peace or something like that. Bye stuff. I don't know about that, bro. We had pink sheets we handed out around here. Whose draft stock you think will go up most for this game? Whose draft stock will go up most? So it'll be somebody who's draft eligible. Most of the guys in this game are very lit. Maybe one of the exterior offensive linemen if Caleb Von Chasen gets all that publicity he normally does during the game and he doesn't do anything. Landon Dickerson? Perhaps you got to go against Tyler Shelvin and guys like that. So maybe, but Caleb Von Chasen gets a lot of publicity in these games. So if you can shut him down, maybe Leatherwood, maybe. There you go. Eric Garrett said Leatherwood too. I want to see Jacoby Stevens have a big game. I say Diggs 100%. Are you talking about? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Diggs too. But I always thought Diggs is lit. Most of the time, I would think he would already be a first-round draft pick right now. It has to be somebody that nobody's talking about, like a Jedrick Wills. Or people like, damn, y'all see what he did to Caleb Von Chasen? Lawrence looks like he played on the D-line with Marcus Spears. Y'all killing me. I think Cushenberry and Damian Lewis, other than Raekwon Davis, Bama's interior pass rush is really young. They should look good. Hey, just because you're young doesn't mean you're not good. Dude, why does Chasen get all this publicity? Makes zero sense. Do you see how the kid looks, bro? He looks the part. He looks like I'm telling you, you saw a kid like that getting off the bus, you'd be like, you'd be scared of the mama jumper playing football against him. That's what it is. That's all it is. People are enthralled by looks. Conley said he plays like Jane. Uh-oh. Josh says, Murph, what you think about the Burrow being more prepared for this game than Tua because he can focus 100% on film study and Tua has a rehab, them wine glasses could make a difference. And anything's possible, bro. Anything's possible, but I mean, Tua's fine. Tua will be fine as far as what he can see from LSU's defense, I believe. It would be LSU having to do something against the receivers, something different than everybody else has been there. Other than that, man, they've seen a lot of football as a team, and especially as that particular offensive unit. I want Fulton to be locked down like Fulton County Jail, man. If he's what y'all say he was on his period against Florida, whatever like that, when he got hawked down by Trayvon Grimes. If he is indeed injured, all right, But if he's getting healthy or whatever like that now, I have the complete utmost confidence in Christian Fulton County Jail. James Black says, T. Lewis, you think that he's going to come out? Chad Taylor says, is Chason overrated? He has 2 sacks, bro. What do you think we keep talking about right here? Take away the quick game, LSU wins. But the same thing can be said about, I don't understand why Nakia keeps doing this. Nakia, you're so frustrating. Suppose that Bama takes away the quick game from LSU, then couldn't you say, well, Bama wins? These teams are very much the same. Now, we ain't getting Nakia out. Nakia is stubbornly annoying, but not doing anything that he hadn't been doing before. Get him out, coach. Fulton County Jail is definitely not that secure. Not at all. A lot of breakouts in Fulton County Jail. Oh, get Black and Mild out of here. What he do? Black and Mild is the dude. He be going off that woody though, but I thought he kind of cool. What Black and Mild say? C-note. What do you look for in a lineman? How do you determine where to place them on the line? First thing you want to do is look for length, right? In my opinion, you don't theoretically want someone 6'7", 6'8" playing an interior offensive line. Which line are you talking about though? Defensive or offensive line? I'm gonna talk about offensive line. I don't want 6'8" guards. They have trouble bending. We see it all the time. Some people try it or whatever like that, but a lot of your interior defensive linemen are shorter guys, 6'2" guys, 6'1". You need that length on the exterior offensive line that go against ends and outside linemen. Well, mostly ends, right? It started with 4-3 ends because those guys are generally 6'5", 6'6", because they want that arm length, right? These guys end up getting to the quarterback without having to get all the way there because they have those long arms, can swat down passes and get passing lanes and stuff like that. So you want to look for that. Then you want to look for probably their demeanor, right? A lot of these athlete cats, like man, there was this kid that was at Ole Miss, and I remember an interview with him when he was in school on the V Sporto channel that I used to work for. He said that he didn't like to run block. He said he wanted to go to a school that was all passing. He wanted to go to Ole Miss. He was a 5-star, was just drafted maybe last year from them. I'm not sure if he was a first-round pick, but he was a top 10 talent coming out of high school. Y'all got him? Anybody know him? But yeah, so the aggression part, usually your most aggressive players are going to have to be your interior, maybe even your center or something like that. Your athletes, you will want that to be your exterior players. They're playing in a lot more space. Greg Little, yeah, there he goes. Evan Neal can bend good for his size. Well, Evan Neal also, they didn't really play nobody. I want to see Evan Neal go against some of these. I want to see Evan Neal have to go against Malik Herring at Georgia or someone like that. Then I can really know for sure, but they haven't played too many dope-ass defenses to really say if he can bend good or not. But I bet you Evan Neal kicks out to tackle as soon as it's available. Matthew Burge, I know you play for a hoodie and stuff like that, bro, but you gotta follow the script. You know, clearly not talking about Georgia right now. It's just a LSU. I didn't let the LSU Alabama people come in the Georgia Florida chat. I'm not gonna let the Georgia people come in this particular chat. Marcus Anderson, what's up, man? Do you want to tell me what you told me or something? You go, I told you, Murph. Does LSU have any edge over Bama? LSU have any edge over Bama? That's a tough one right there. Does LSU have any edge? I don't know. I can't really say Bama has an edge over LSU or anything either. I just think that it's just going to be about matchups. These two teams are evenly matched. I don't just see something where I'm like, man, that's a glaring weakness that they will not be able to cover up. It'll just be about certain individual matchups. Maybe they can target a Kerry Vincent, or maybe on the other end, they can target a Shaheem Carter, or maybe one of the interior, maybe Deontay Brown is suspect or something, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But just for the most part, man, this is an evenly matched game. James Wade said mirror images. I said that a long time ago. Like, these teams are very much a lot of the weaknesses, right? If you think, I still think Bama's offensive line has some question marks, right? I think the same thing about LSU. Damon Clark and these guys have been doing good, but who can settle in that spot next to Jacob Phillips? And then you got Bama with the two young linebackers, right? The safety position. Young Jordan Battle there. Is Jared Maiden any good, right? Next to Grant Delpit. Who can fill in next to is Jacoby Stevens? If you have to put him there, you have to run some of your schemes calls for a post safety. You got a 228-pound Jacoby Stevens as a post safety. Does he have enough range to compete, right? Is he a Huckleberry at that particular point in time? You're just going to target him, right? Both teams have great receiving cores. Both teams has talented running backs that wear number 22 that dance and can run you over, versatile like that. So both teams have great QBs or potential top 10 draft picks, right? Both teams are running very similar schemes. That's what makes this game so interesting. The kicking game, huh? Shaheem Carter got 10 kids. What? He been there a long time? LSU may have an edge in the kicking game. Man, that y'all would know better than me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't never pay attention to kickers. Not my thing. What would you say would be the rankings if either of them loses? I believe one of them will lose, Marcus. What do you mean either of them lose? It just depends on how they lose. If somebody does get blown out 50 to 30, 50 to 22 or something like that, then perhaps, especially if it's Alabama, I think Alabama drops decently because people are going to call into question its schedule. If LSU barely loses, right, you would have to make a question mark, but like, damn, like they barely lost to Alabama. They had a great win over. They held on to beat Auburn. Had a great win on national TV against Florida. Had a great win on national TV against Texas. Maybe they stick around the 5 or 6 range, right? But I don't think Alabama could afford being blown out. Alabama's a must-win. Schedule is lacking, Murph. Yeah, for sure. Especially if Auburn loses again, which it probably will. Paul Feinbaum, a joke. Why? Duh. Why even watch him? Said Georgia would rather face LSU because UJ is scared of Bama. Why y'all watch this dude, man? He's meant to have you say stuff like that. I wouldn't be caught dead watching Paul Feinbaum. I remember when he first came out, right? You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of the dude. When we were at the SEC Media Days, right? Nobody really knew who Paul Feinbaum was. I did because I covered Alabama, right? So I would listen to his show when it was just an Alabama show before it got national on SEC Network. So nobody knew who he was, right? So it was just him and me one time. We were packing up to leave, right? I had to drive back to Atlanta. And I don't know, I guess he lives in Birmingham. I don't know where he may live in Birmingham or Tuscaloosa or something like that. And I don't know. I just looked in that man's eyes and I was like, damn, this little dude's strange as shit, bro. Little geeky dude. He was just looking like, I have no clue what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to football, but I'm making it. So I was like, hey, it's all good, man. You can't knock the hustle. While we talking about the ops, let's talk LSU/Bama. The hell is Chad Taylor talking about? Nobody ever heard of Chad Taylor in this chat right before this particular chat. Why you trying to run our chat like this, bro? If Bama wins, do they jump OSU? I don't even know what the ops is either. Bama wins, do they jump OSU? I would think so, yeah. Why not? That would be the best win until OSU jumps them if they beat Penn State. They're going to keep flip-flopping. Bama wins, I don't know. I would think LSU would be the one to jump them, not Bama. He's trying to strong-arm you, Murph. He's trying to strong-arm me for $2. Not going to happen, Playboy. With Tua needing those Fountain of Youth Copperfit ankle wraps, LSU has a slight edge. He got them Brett Favre ankle wraps. Brett Favre had to loan him some ankle wraps with the copper Johns in them. Copper fits. Where are these, Tua? He said, well, we got back on the Bama LSU. Like, dude, I literally probably talked about the fine bomb or whatever like that for like a minute and a half. Why are you don't strong arm my chat, bro? We get people like you up out of here. Get tar string angles. Brian Dixon says, thumbs up check. Dang, we ain't at 150 yet. Let's get the thumbs up check. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Better wrap his feet in cement. Damn. He ain't no top billing veteran, bro. Kick him out. Marcus Anderson, are you a top billing veteran? We never heard of you until you came up here and talking about, see, I told you, Murph. Mom Minute says, y'all late. Where y'all at, man? Let's get it to 175. We can do 175, man. We could at the very least be able to do that. Josh got it. Let me know you hit the thumbs up. Get the thumbs up button. Is it this one? Thumbs up. Neil is moving the tackle. He can handle stud D lineman. He definitely gonna move the tackle when it's available, but he won't be moving the tackle anytime soon. Not this year, unless a freak injury happens, which knock on wood it doesn't. He's just doing the same thing Leatherwood did. Remember, Leatherwood was a guard first. Marcus Anderson says, I've been following you for 2 years, Murph. I hear you. But have you been in the chat for 2 years? I ain't been chatting for 2 years. And we only seen you last chat. We got you, Murphin. Murphin? The hell's Murphin? Murph's a savage. You already know. Discovered this channel recently. Great stuff. Thanks, Noah. That means hit the like button on the video, not just the emoji. Oh, yeah. Y'all just be hitting the emojis? I don't know about that. Now hit the thumbs up. That means hit like right there. Wherever it is where y'all at right there. Hit the like button. Do not just give me a thumbs up emoji. Even I'm not a veteran, Murph. Big fan, though. Hey, keep coming, then you become a veteran. Pause. Breon says, damn, rookies. So who hit the thumbs down? Come on, baby. This is top billing. You know we got haters, but they always watching. Haters hitting thumbs down, meaning that means they like the shit, right? Because or else, why would they be here? I always say this shit. Why are you here? They're here because they love the content, but they don't know how to express themselves. Not a vet, but been here a few months, says Jarvis. Chad says, Murph, I'm just a fan of your channel, bro. My bad. I got you, bro. It was probably Chad Johnson. If you don't have haters, you ain't living right. If you don't have haters, you're not balling. That's just what it is. James Wade says, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? All right, so we did the D-line right there. Well, so what about LSU's? We did LSU's defensive line as well. Where y'all want to go? Y'all steer the chat. Somebody switch chat and steer it. What y'all want? I only got about, I say 10 or 15 minutes left. Cat Williams always said, if you don't have haters, get some. I agree. LSU's D-line suspect. That's not a bad take, right? I think LSU's D-line is solid, very solid. Maybe nothing spectacular, right? Doesn't possess the guy who's the best pass rusher, Michael Divinity, is now gone. So that does throw a monkey wrench in their program right there, but maybe they find someone there that can do it. Maybe it's Marcel Brooks. We've seen some young pass rushers sometimes get after it. You never know. I got 10 to 15 minutes left. I always stay on another hour at least. This time I got to go, though. That's why I jumped on early. Daylight savings time? I got to go, bro. I literally found a channel this year, wanted to watch film studies and learn more in depth. Love the content. First chat, though. Thanks, Daniel. They act like Joe can't throw the deep ball better than Tua. We've seen Tua throw the deep ball. For this particular offense that he is, does not really count. Does not really call for a lot of deep balls to be thrown. They want to be more efficient, and they want to get them yards after the catch. But we've seen Tua throw plenty of deep balls. Shit, there's one quarterback in that particular conversation that has a deep ball for a touchdown in a national championship game. Matter of fact, that particular person has two. Joe a better passer, I think, but Tua got better weapons. Man, y'all, that's I don't know about that, man. Y'all are killing me with that. Literally 8 or 9 games ago, if I did stuff on Joe Burrow, go look it up. Look up top billing Joe Burrow and go look at the comment section. People said he sucks. Now he's a better thrower than the guy who got the most publicity out of anybody I've ever seen last year since Tim Tebow. I don't know about that, man. I would say that at the very least, you got to say it's a push. Joe Burrow has the intangibles. What intangibles are those, Miles? Could you name them for me? He's definitely gritty. I like that. He's confident. LSU has scored 10 points on Alabama in the past 3 years combined. Alabama by 17 plus. All right, Colin, I think you came in the wrong chat, bro. You got to take that to the mumble rap YouTube football people. Nobody gives a damn what happened last year in this particular channel. Now, the real Kaylee's in high school. What's up, Kaylee? Bama scheme hasn't called for as many deep balls this year. I'm pretty sure I just said that. What's up with that? LSU fan loving your coverage every week, but especially this one. Great position, my position breakdown tonight. I appreciate it. Damn, that Colin Wilson dude got blocked that quick. LSU Super Chat, the first one. First LSU Super Chat ever. James Wade don't count. Him and his $2. He be trying to Super Chat so I can get off his case. Alabama defense is suspect. I'll be honest with you. If I had to pick a defense between both teams, it would be Alabama. So if Alabama's defense is suspect, then I think LSU's defense is suspect. But I don't think either is suspect. I think either just have certain holes in it. But both should be able to compete. Joe is more athletic. He can get away from pressure. He's definitely more athletic than Tua, no doubt. But Tua's been getting away from pressure for a long time as well. Most people have recency bias. They're definitely recency bias when we're talking about Joe Burrow. Literally, what's LSU's record right now? Anything before that first game that they saw him in Texas, people would say, so we can't even count the first game, right? It was a Texas game that put him on the map for people. Not to me. I had already been doing the content about how good he was going to be. But everybody was like, Murph, he sucks. Why are you doing stuff on Joe Burrow? Murph, what about Miles Brennan? I was getting that a lot. Murph, should Miles Brennan play? Chad says Burrow went off last year against UCF. Welcome to Top Billing Sports, bro. We been did that. That's what I did. I did the UCF game at the time. He went off against more than just that, too. He went off against Texas A&M. It was 3 or 4 games to end the season last year. He absolutely crushed it. There you go. James Wade just said it, too. A lot of dumb people out there, says Will. I'm not sure they're dumb. It's just they don't watch football. Thanks for the LSU content, Murph. You the truth. Appreciate it, B. Wyman. LSU fan, and I never really liked Miles Brennan. I'm not gonna say I like Miles Brennan. I happen to really like him. So y'all gonna kill yourself with that. So if he comes in and he balls out, then everybody will pretend like they didn't say that they Miles Brennan thing. Because a lot of you LSU fans told me that Joe Burrow sucked, and y'all were worried about who else was next. Who you think starts for QB next year? I can't call it, bro. I would think it would be Miles Brennan. He's gonna be his 4th year in the program. Why not him? 4th year in the program, 2nd year in that particular iteration of the offense. Why not? Zach says, Murph, check my Joe Burrow content from the offseason Baldwin. So were you trying to hate, Zach? You a hater? Let me know. Don't do nothing to him, y'all. I just want to know, is he a hater? Or you a hater? That's what you want to do? I just want to know. LSU fans wishy-washy. B. Wyman, Miles has a cannon, definitely a gunslinger, just hasn't been able to build chemistry with the first team offense. Zach says, no, I'm joking with you. Everybody want to joke with some shit like that, but guess what? If I say some shit that don't go right, people will never let me hear the end of it. People still talking about the Oklahoma defense shit. Nobody says shit about the Joe Burrow thing, right? Because everybody always wants to see somebody do bad in life. Watch out for TJ Finley in the future. TJ Finley, what about Max Johnson? Y'all don't like Max Johnson no more? But that's a good your boy Joe Brady and Ensminger may do the Lincoln Riley thing, right? They had success with a transfer. Maybe go look for another one. Daniel says, dude's massive. Come on, man. You got to pause that. Everest Hilaire kind of reminds me of Emmitt Smith at times. What do you think? I always have trouble when somebody has the same number as somebody and they're being compared. I always be like, man, it may be a short-sighted comparison. But that's probably not that bad of a comparison. Apologized last week for LSU Super Chats, but for real, feeling this game will come down to time of possession. Run, too many weapons through the air, both sides. That's not a bad call. That's not a bad call. You may not be too far off. It's usually some shit like that, right? When two punchers face each other, right? Two big punchers face each other in boxing, then it usually comes down to what? Who has the better fundamentals or who has a better jab or something like that. So that could be the deal. Peyton says push for De'Aaron King. What about someone like, who's a really good athlete, very much in the mold of Joe Burrow? Georgia would do a great job of getting this guy. I originally said that he should go to Georgia if he does leave Clemson, and that is Chase Bryce. Chase Bryce, I think he would have 2 years left as well. Chase Bryce is the reason they won the title last year. He was able to come in that Syracuse game when Trevor Lawrence got hurt, and he brought him back, and they won. He's got some serious skills. You like LSU over Ohio? What's that got to do anything, bro? We talking about Alabama right now. LSU hasn't even beaten Alabama yet. Brian said, how we not at 175? Dang, you're not at 175? Come on, man. Hit your boy with the likes up. All you haters and the Zach dude that's a hater and all that, all you guys hit the thumbs up button. Malman says, I also hate on Brennan a lot, but if he comes in next year, I hope he proves me wrong horribly. I think he was more defensive TDs thrown than offensive. Damn. Will Reed says he think Miles has earned the spot. Huge 4th down conversion last year against Syracuse. Yeah, for sure, man. Roberto Hardy, what's up, baby? You saw your shirt went out? Your shirts, plural, went out, Roberto? Shouts to my boy Roberto. He got to respect the G Code Jones. Better running back, LSU or Bama. Running backs as a total, as a whole, if you got to go by the top two backs, so that would be Davis Price and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm going to have to go with Bama. Brian Robinson and Najee, just because of the experience factor there. Two upperclassmen. But one to one, I would go Edwards-Helaire over Najee. Bama's punt returner is crazy. Yeah, Jalen Waddle, if he don't drop the ball or do something crazy or go backwards or something. Yeah, Bama is better there, says B. Wyman. Just the top two, but the top overall back, I would give it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Do you think Tua coming back too early? I mean, I don't know how injured he is, bro. He came back early like that last year and was fine, except when he played teams that could defend him a little bit better. Then all of a sudden he was hurt again. Remember that? They was like, oh, Murphy was hurt. And then he played against Auburn's defense last year that wasn't doing that well. He had about 18 touchdowns and 6,000 yards in that one game. And then after they beat Auburn, they had a couple of weeks off or some shit like that. Oh no, they had a whole gang of weeks off, right? Going into the college football playoffs. And then they was like, oh, he's hurt again. Murph, you got a merch store, so I don't have to ask about it in chat. Why would I not want you to ask about something in front of a whole bunch of people? That's called marketing. You're marketing for me. I definitely want you to ask about it in front of everybody. James Edwards back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is like a Doug Evans. Doug Evans, who's that? Oh, you mean Doug Martin? He is like a muscle hamster type cat. The Doug Martin. That's a very good comparison. Is Doug Martin number 22, though? Please don't let him be number 22. Yeah, Martin. Murph, thanks for the content. Got ahead. All right, Chad. You always teaching me something. I appreciate it, Chad. Just don't be trying to strong on the chat, baby. We good other than that. Tua has the most TD passes against my Tigers in Iron Bowl history. I can believe it, bro. None of the other Iron Bowl people got to play in the offense like Tua plays in. Hell, Edwards is 5'8", 220, and he's 100% muscle. Yeah, I've seen him up close before on the camp circuit. Kind of interested in G Code shirts, what they look like. Oh, the respect the G Code, Jones? I'm gonna email you afterwards, bro. I'm gonna email you. Will Reed said he's all thighs. Pause. I get what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? We be having to say stuff. See, when you're around like actual coaching type people like I am and stuff like that, when we say stuff like that, it's nothing, right? We'll be talking about a dude and like Wanye Morris, right? I've been around Wanye Morris a lot, right? Obviously, y'all know my big bro, Coach K, and everything like that. It's a coach or the coordinator up at Grayson. And we talk about Wanye, and they be talking about like his bubble butt and all this and that. Like these are actual scouts that are coming talking to us about Wanye and stuff. They say, yeah, I love his bubble butt and all this and that. And you don't think anything about it. Would you be on a super chat, a live stream with regular people? They be like, what does he mean? You be having to pause it. Roberto says, respect the G Code is fire. Yeah, Roberto got two of them Jones. B. Wyman said he's a specimen. Yeah, specimen is one of those ones. Brian says Grayson, Georgia. Nah, Grayson, Canada. You come on, man. I said Coach K. Pause. What's your website so I can support? It's called Top Billing. Right here. You're supporting. You want to support? Super chat right here. Top Billing is the website. This is the only thing you need to concern yourself about right here. So YouTube Top Billing. Email me too, bro. Need that shirt. Marcus Anderson. I'm gonna email you. I don't know your email. I think Marcus Anderson he be on them Quaaludes. What is a Quaalude? One Quaalude, she left me in the morning. You be doing them Quaaludes, Marcus? What is a Quaalude? Juvenile back that thing up. Ooh. Oh. Noah guy coaching BB at Grayson. I don't know them dudes. My big brother is Coach Kenyatta Watson on that Wolf of Wall Street. Flies ever been. All right, here's what you do, Marcus. You email me because I'm obviously not going to be able to remember that. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Email me right there. Shirts are $30, bro. So don't email me. Be talking about some Murph, man. You take food stamps. I got this electronic card you can take. Here's how you support or buy some fire merch. There you go. Matthew got it popping right there. All you gotta do is super chat. Lil Doug says topic check. Oh, what we talking about? Murph Grambling homecoming was a success, homie. James Wade, he got it in last weekend. It was a success. Now he's got to pay child support. All right, here we go. Let's get the thumbs up check, man. Let's get that bad boy to 200. Where you at? Where you at? Don't just give me a thumbs up. Actually hit the like button on that bad boy. Brandon says, how do you super chat? There's a $sign right by where it says say something, I believe, right underneath it. Hit the money symbol, says Mount Menace. I know they be seeing that money symbol. They be trying to pretend like they don't see it. Then enter $100. Somebody has done that before. Right next to the search bar. Oh, that's where it's at. It looked different on mine. To the right in the chat box. Yeah, it's way different on my end. James Wade said, whoa. He would say whoa to somebody, you know what I mean? Let's be honest here. James Wade is a penny pincher. Oh, see, no, you want some merchandise to support? You gotta, what's your team, bro? Hello, bro. Let's do business. Hey, just hit me up, man. Maurice says, how y'all don't see the money sign? People don't see the money sign when they don't want to spend. I pretend like I don't see it too. James Wade said facts. He said he is a penny pincher. Roberto says, did I get the Philly Flyer shirt as well? Roberto, you said you wanted 2 G codes. I'm confused. That's what you said in You wanted a Philly Flyer? Your notes description said 2. Please tell me you wanted 2 G codes, bro. All right, where we at in this LSU Alabama game? I got just a little bit left. Where we at? Y'all done made me go past what I wanted to do. I wanted to see who has maybe we just do that as a straight up. All right, let's make a quick blended 22 like we do every week. Name the starting defensive backfield in your blended 22, right? Who would you take from both teams? How would you combine? Mine would be one starter would be Trayvon Diggs. The other starter would be Derek Stingley. My safety would be Xavier McKinney, and my other safety would be Grant Delpit. What about y'all? Dixon, you know you too early, man. We're not doing that. Am I doing a chat tomorrow? I can't call it. If it's tomorrow, maybe I might come back on a Saturday morning, do the Saturday morning thing again. Y'all say agree? Xavier, Stingley, Diggs, Delpit. Who else? Delpit, Diggs, Stingley, McKinney. Agree. Not Delpit, says Whitey Panda. Why not? Don't say not Delpit. Just put in there who you would do. Pause. I would take the same, no lie. That's pretty solid. B. Wyman says same. Fulton. Okay, Fulton, Stingley, Delpit, and Stevens. Man, you think Xavier McKinney? You think Jacoby Stevens is better than Xavier McKinney? Houseway. Delpit, McKinney, Fulton, and Stingley. Skills Surreal says all day. And how is this? How do you come to the conclusion that Xavier McKinney, Jacoby Stevens is better than Xavier McKinney? I want to know this. We ain't seen nobody at the safety position that can cover an inside, a tight end or a receiver just the same than your boy. Even Grant Delpit can't do that. Xavier McKinney is doing it with ease. He's the best pass rushing safety. That's what you're trying to say? Jacoby Stevens is the best pass rushing safety? How many sacks does he have? Hell, I think your boy McKinney, how many sacks did McKinney have last year? They used to send him a lot, and he had a bunch of sacks. What position does Stevens play? Even he don't know. Stevens is more of a linebacker, if anything. He has his own kind of position they made up, right? Yes, he is. I don't know sacks. Kerry Vincent, get out of here. Somebody said Kerry Vincent? Oh, any of them but Surtain, Carter, and Vincent. Dang, Surtain's catching a bad one from y'all, man. Why y'all doing that? It's Patrick Surtain. That's messed up. All right, let's do it. Linebackers. Who would be your line? Since both teams are 3-4, who are the 2 inside linebackers you're taking? Jacob Phillips is one for me, and my other one would be, I'm gonna go Shane Lee. Dylan Moses, come on, man, stop! Don't do that. We're trying to be for real here. All right, Phillips and Queen. I can dig it. I like Patrick Queen. Queen and Phillips. Phillips and Queen. Phillips and Queen. Queen got speed. Harris and Phillips. Harris as an inside linebacker? I'm confused. Y'all done put him outside. Y'all put him at inside, and he was a safety earlier. Which one is he? Damone Clark and Queen. I can dig it. Queen and Phillips. Ain't nobody's taking Shane Lee or Christian Harris. Do y'all even know who that is? Phillips and Queen. All right, so that was a wash. All right, so you're starting outside linebackers in a 3-4, right? Outside linebackers. Don't come messing with me. Y'all know I get mad when y'all can't tell the difference between an outside linebacker and an off-ball inside linebacker. Outside linebackers, I'm taking Terrell Lewis and I'm taking Anthony Jennings. What about y'all? Lewis and Jennings, says Mike. Chason and Lewis. Lewis and Chason. B. Wyman says same. Somebody will have to. All right, so let's do this for all these people here. This is how you can prove somebody's a homer. Pull up Anthony Jennings' stats versus Caleb Von Chason's stats right here. We can end this real quick, right? Stats shouldn't be the basis of your argument, but it's supported. It should support it, right? Let's do that. I'm not even going to go on until somebody pulls up Anthony Jennings versus Caleb Von Chason, because I think that we're getting a little bit too out of hand with the Chason stuff. He has to do it. I made the content on him earlier in the year. I thought he would have a breakout year. Thus far, he has not had that. He said games played matters too. I hate to break it to you, but Anthony Jennings missed like all of last year. Remember, he tore his ACL in the playoff game, in the Clemson game. Remember, so he missed all of last year. What we talk about? Don't be trying to take up for this man. He missed a bunch of games too. But guess what? As soon as he come back, he rocking with it. Ron G didn't care. How many he missed this year? Who cares? When you do play, ball out. How many the games this year has Grenard and Jabari Zuniga missed? It don't matter. But when they play, they ball out. Chason does a lot more than get sacks. Have you not watched Anthony Jennings? I bet you he's the one. I bet you Chason don't have an interception this year. I bet you Jennings had one every year. What we talking about? He's been injured for most of the year, so has Jabari Zuniga. But every time Jabari Zuniga plays, he balls out. Don't give me that shit. Come on. All you got to do is stop being a fanboy. You can call it the way it is. You can call it the way it is. It doesn't mean you don't like Chason. You're just calling it what it is. Somebody just give me the stats. I ain't moving on until we get the stats. All right, Jennings got 48 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 1 INT. But he doesn't do it. All he does is rush the passer. That's what he does. He's the one that they send in coverage. We seen him get beat. He's the man-to-man coverage on slot receivers and stuff. That's what Anthony Jennings does. What y'all talking about? Y'all watching? All right, so I don't give a damn what you say. He's played enough to where he should have. All right, give me the total tackles. I don't want to do that to the man, right? Because you gave the entire Young Coat gave the entire thing with Young Coat. You do it, please. Give me the the Chason stats. Jennings 48 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. There is a big difference in playing injured. Oh my God, stop with this bullshit, man. If that's the fucking case, then don't take him. If he's injured, don't take him. Don't say he's better than Anthony Jennings if he's injured. Then you're just proving that you're a fanboy. Call it what it is. If he's injured, why are you still taking him? Hello? If anything, these hypotheticals show well how I'm not mad. I'm just expressive. Man, when he got timed out, what'd he do? Man, they timed him out. Why y'all time him out, though? He didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just expressive. All right, 27 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble for Jason. I don't know what to tell y'all. I do not know what to tell y'all. How many games did he play in? Because guess what? No matter what, when you come in, just ball out. Same thing. You think Jabari Zuniga's not hurt? You think John Grenard wasn't hurt? He was coming off of being injured, right? Y'all saw he couldn't do nothing against LSU. He came injured into the Georgia game he played, then he balled out. You could tell he was compromised, but he still balled out. What game was the FF in for Chason? Probably was like Towson or something like that. I think we pick people on potential. That's what they do. There is loads of potential. The ceiling is probably higher, obviously, for Chason, just because of the way he looks and what we think his athleticism is over someone like Anthony Jennings. Jennings does not look the part. He looks dumpy and stuff like that. Chason looks like $1 million, but results are results, right? Even when I think they let didn't they let Jennings play at the end of the year, right? He was out the entire year, then came back, I think, for the playoffs or something like that. He came back and balled out. He missed the entire year because he tore his ACL the previous year. Your man Caleb Von chasing me like, oh, I bruised my vagina. I can't play. Locatour was the worst. No, I like that dude. You talking about what's his name? What was Locatour? Ryan or something? What was Locatour's name? Anthony is a baller. Chason is the worst dude to wear 18 on LSU in a while. Christian, yeah, Christian. I like Christian. They were switching schemes and stuff, right? He was dope in the 4-3, then they went to the 3-4 while he was there. He was kind of like, where would he fit at traditionally in a 3-4? That's really not his thing. He's played in 6 games this year. Hello. Now y'all doing what they do with Tua, right? Chasen's forced fumble was against Georgia Southern. Oh, damn. They got Locatour coaching at LSU? That's what's up. So what are we doing? Then what are we doing? Right? So then why y'all taking Chase? All right, I'm gonna move on past that. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna make up excuses for Caleb Von Chase, and Auburn's gonna make up excuses for Big Cat Bryant. The Georgia people were gonna make up excuses for Britton Cox. Clemson people are gonna make up excuses for KJ Henry. Tennessee made up a lot of excuses for Jonathan Kongbo. All these outside linebacker types that look like $1 million don't be performing, right? And it's always the guy that you wouldn't think, except Terrell Lewis. Now he's looking like $1 million and he's performing, right? All right, so who will comprise your 3 down linemen in your shade and your 2-5 techniques? We'll just make it simple like that. Tackle and 2 D ends. Mine will be, man. All right, my nose between both teams. I'm gonna go with Tyler Shelvin. Tyler Shelvin will be my nose. Then I'm gonna go with, dang, that's hard. I think all of these guys either haven't performed at the snuff or they have not. I'm gonna go with Fehoko, and I'm still gonna go with Raekwon Davis. I want to go with Lawrence, man, but Lawrence what is Lawrence doing? Somebody give me Lawrence's stats, man. Does he even have 10 tackles? Sharp Lawrence, Tyler Shelvin, and Neil Farrell. I forgot about Logan. Maybe I'll take Logan. Shelvin, Davis, Fehoko. Not Fehoko. I would rather have Logan. I don't begrudge that. I like Neil. He's pretty dope. Shelvin, Davis, Logan. I can dig it. I like Fehoko. I see him do some gangster shit. Lawrence injury prone. Ed a beast. Where we at? Some of these guys are lost. They never heard of these dudes. That's when you can tell who's the real football heads when we start talking about 5 techniques and nose tackles and people are still able to talk. Logan, Davis, Shelvin, says Maurice. Maurice is I'll tell you what, man. Maurice, to be off them Quaaludes, Maurice definitely be on them Quaaludes. But Maurice be pretty sharp, man, with a lot of other people's teams. He's an Auburn fan. Raekwon Davis. Raekwon still in mind too, used to be a baller. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I always thinking like, all right, this is the game. Raekwon's gonna be Raekwon again. Every time you look like now, Raekwon looks like $60 million. 6'7", 6'8", or some shit like that. 6'6", 310 pounds. And dude looks lean with it. Davis, Shelvin, and toss up. Davis, Shelvin, Logan. I love Logan, but Farrell has been getting some pressure lately. All right, Jal, appreciate it. Jal had to leave when we started talking about 5 techniques. Jal gonna come back when we start talking about receivers. Lawrence got 7 tackles. 7 tackles for Rashard Lawrence. I've seen him back in the past almost do that in 1 game. Your boy has to be injured. Yep, dude is 6'7" and yoked. Raekwon Davis looks I'm telling you, there's no way NFL teams look at Raekwon Davis and be like, man, I know I would. Pause. He's like, man, I know I could do something with that dude. Pause. Neil Farrell has 23 total tackles and 2 sacks, more than Logan and Lawrence. Neil Farrell coming on, boy. Lawrence has more years at LSU to tackle. he got 8 years in his tenureship and 7 tackles. 6'7", 310, and hasn't lived up to yet except his freshman year in the playoffs. No, he had a whole year, right? His sophomore year was the truth too. You tripping. His sophomore year 2 years ago was the truth. Last year was the year All right, if he came out as a true sophomore, he would have been a top 10 pick. Last year was suspect. This year's suspect again. Lawrence only has 3 solo tackles. He ain't injured. He's 40 years old. His body is giving out. Father Time is undefeated when it comes to Rashard Lawrence. All right, y'all. Let's flip it to the offensive side of the ball. I think we got it. We know that there's some talent there, right? We couldn't really decipher what. We all said Shelvin, though, most of us. All right. Receivers. Who is your receiver? All right, I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith. I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. Man. Then I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase. That's my 3. Only pick 3. We're not running 4 wide. We got to have a tight end. Jefferson, Smith, and Chase, says Double A. Judy, Smith. 3, man. What, you don't speak the English? Smith, Judy, Jefferson. Jefferson, Smith, Chase. Chase, Judy, Jefferson. Chase, Jefferson, Waddle. Jefferson, Judy, Chase. Jane says route running matters. All these guys are pretty good route runners. Jefferson, Chase, Judy. Judy, Jamar, Ruggs. Justin, I went all Louisiana, but one of them plays for Bama. Chase, Waddle, Jefferson. Mike says sorry. Mike can't follow directions. Chase, Smith, Waddle. Will Reese says any of them. I'll be honest with you. It's by hairs on your chinny chin chin, right? These guys are all very similar. Going off this year alone, nah, man, you just comprising your own team, man. That's how you would do it. He said going off this year alone, Jefferson, Chase, Smith. He's trying to do that so he can qualify not having Jerry Judy. I know that's what it is. Yes, indeed, says honestly, all of them. I was going to pick Ruggs before I did Smith, right? But I think Smith is he's special, man. So I think Ruggs is special too. It's a toss-up. When I was about to say it, I was going to say Ruggs, Jefferson, Chase. But I was like, man, Smith, man, I see him doing some crazy things. I'm telling you, they're all that great. We're going to be seeing all these guys in the NFL balling. Judy in the slot and Smith and Jefferson on the outside. Jefferson plays in the slot too, Roberto. Ruggs and Chase will be a crazy duo. Ruggs and Chase is nasty. Jefferson and any of Bama's receivers. Bama, more dangerous in open space. Bama's is. Jamar Chase, pretty dangerous himself. Smith, Jefferson, and Marshall, says Cody. Marshall getting a little love from a couple of people I saw. Josh asked if they saw Chase in open space. He probably hasn't. Chase makes open space too. That's the thing about Jamar. He makes it open. Like he'll break tackles. You can't really say that about these other guys. By tackle breaking, I mean literally he'll break free from contact. Jerry Judy will make you miss, but Jamar Chase is freaking running people over. Marshall is a red zone nightmare. That's the thing right there. I went with Justin Jefferson instead of Terrace Marshall because I still think Justin Jefferson has hops like that too. He can be a red zone threat as well. Chase is the most physical out of all of them. He is. Jamar is so strong, reminds me of Michael Thomas. You just want him to remind you of your New Orleans Saints player. I'd take Marshall if he was 100% healthy. Jamar Chase probably infinitely faster than Michael Thomas, but Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the country. I mean, the best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. Cody says, I want some size. Pause. Jefferson looks taller than 6'2". He does, man. He's out there gangly. What's Jefferson weighing? Probably 190 or something like that. He's strong too, man, Jefferson. Jefferson is not better in the slot than Judy. The stats say otherwise. Stats say otherwise, my man. So, all right. So for my boy Roberto Hardy, my boy, somebody pulled Justin Jefferson's stats right now compared to Jerry Judy's. And what excuse is Roberto about to use? Bruised vagina? Is he going with the bruised vagina? Jefferson plays the ball in the air the best. That's what I think. Jefferson is 6'3". Is he 6'3" or 6'2"? Y'all said pause. You can't pause a bruised vagina, bro. Come on, Kaylee. You struggling. Where's the receipts at, man? All right, here we go. Jefferson, 55 receptions for 819 yards and 9 tutties. 9 tutties. Justin Jefferson 6'3". No talking about Eric Gilbert right now. Jefferson had 55 for 819 and 9 tutties. All right, somebody give me Jerry Jeudy's. Roberto Hardy ain't been watching. Come on, Roberto. Chase is the 50-50 dude. He mossing people out there. He got a moss. He had a nice moss in the Vandy game, but Justin Jefferson was doing that last year too. I don't know why people have recency bias. Hell, didn't your boy Justin go up and get one in the Texas game? 6'2". That's what I thought. Why they calling him 6'3"? I thought he was 6'2". Judy, 52, 682, and 8 tutties. I'm confused there, Roberto. Where you at, bro? Justin Jefferson, man. People keep sleeping on him because Jerry Jeudy and all these guys were high-level prospects coming out. One receiver with all the stats on the team is not a good. What do you mean one receiver with all the stats on the team, Jamal? Somebody put up Jamar Chase's stats and show Jamal Dawson he owned Quaaludes. One Quaalude. LSU Westside had him at 6'3", 192. Man, I always thought he was 6'2". This man said somebody get Jamar Chase stats. This dude out here thinking that your boy got all the stats. James Wade said Smith leading Alabama. I told you. Devontae Smith balling. Roberto says Jefferson is better with the stats. But what? But your Roberto, your love for his muscle relaxing makes it better. All right, here we go. 43 receptions for 749 yards and 9 tutties for Jamar Chase. But my man has all the stats. Who's that dude that said that? I already forgot. I'm confused. Where's that dude at? How does he have all the stats? He ain't been watching. Somebody sleeping on Jamar Chase and they sleeping on Justin Jefferson. You know, I don't like that. He probably is 6'2". LSU be lying. You know they be lying. And Chase missed one game, says James Wade. He wouldn't do that for the Alabama receiver, though. James Wade be over there. He'd be over there biased as hell. If you take away Duke, oh, God, we're doing this. If you take away Duke, New Mexico State, Southern Miss, and Arkansas, Jeudy has 0 touchdowns. So Jeudy does not have a TD on anybody worth the damn is what you're saying. We can't do that, man. People love Jerry Jeudy. They'll fight you. So I won't be saying nothing about Jerry Jeudy, man. I said I thought CeeDee Lamb was better than Jerry Jeudy. I would take him in the face-off series that I did in all season. I had people was showing up at the shopping centers trying to get me. Now what? Somebody put up CeeDee Lamb stats. Apologize. Where's CeeDee Lamb at? Even Marshall has 22 for 33, and he's been out for like, what, 2-3 games? I take Smith over any of those dudes. I like Devontae Smith too, man. I think that Jerry Jeudy came on strong, and he captured the imagination of everybody. Very imaginative style like that, but I don't find him to be that any better than Devontae Smith or Henry Ruggs for that matter. Who's the fastest out of all these receivers? These are some serious speed guys too. I'm going with Henry Ruggs. He missed 3 games, James Wade? Okay. Lamb got 816 on 36 catches? Damn. What is that? Somebody give me the yards per catch average of that. Ruggs. Alabama has the speed. Ruggs. Jamar Chase ain't slow now. A 22 average for CeeDee Lamb? Good Lord. Jefferson sneaky fast. Jefferson, man, y'all told me he run a crazy 40 time, right? But I don't know. He seems faster than what y'all tell you he runs the 40 in. But the thing about him, he's very decisive, and he's such a great route runner. And the better you can run routes, the more it cuts down, right, on like reaction time and stuff like that. You look a lot faster. Chase is a complete wide receiver, Murph. He is, bro, no doubt about that. But so is these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Stop piping Jamar Chase, and you over there, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting all these other guys like that. But I feel you on that. I like how he can moss people. He's fast. He breaks tackles. I like Justin Jefferson. I think he's a complete receiver too. But obviously, he didn't come in with the 5-star, so nobody want to talk about him. Waddle is straight up the fastest. How, Sway? I don't think Waddle is faster than Henry Ruggs, bro. I think Waddle may be a little quicker than fast. Not saying he's not fast, but I think his quickness, his ability to get up to full speed, right, his 0 to 60 is great. Long top end speed, Henry Ruggs is a freaking sprinter. Yeah, that's what they said. They said Ruggs ran a 4.25 in front of NFL scouts. Zach Hader Helfich. Ruggs would smoke Waddle. Ruggs best Waddle. Ruggs beat him in a race on YouTube. I haven't seen this. ESPN already clocked him as the fastest. 23 miles per hour for Henry Ruggs. Ruggs beat Waddle in practice this summer. So where's that dude that said that straight up the fastest? Jacoby, where you at? Answer for your sins. You got to answer for your sins. Ruggs third fastest man in football. All right, who the top two? Anthony Schwartz and Kerry Vincent, maybe? I agree, quicker than fast. I stand to be corrected, says Jacoby. I would think Schwartz would be Schwartz or Kerry Vincent, right? Kerry Vincent's number one. Definitely Vincent. Oh, we're doing the definitely thing here. Yes, indeed. You not know who Anthony Schwartz is? How's it definitely? Old dude from UF is crazy. UCF is crazy fast. Damn, which one? What dude is that? Smith got hurt last year. He was leading Bama in receptions before his hammy. People be sleeping on Devontae Smith, man, because he weighs 128 pounds. 2 DBs in the top 10. Kerry Vincent has the fastest track speeds. You mean has the fastest track times? Has Anthony Schwartz ran track yet in college? Waffle is quick. That man, Jalen Waffle. That's hard. Stingley is no slouch on the speed. No, Stingley can go. Stingley got wheels, and so does Trayvon Diggs. I'd be anxious to see who's faster between Trayvon Diggs and Stingley. And not from no damn Nike opening times. Stingley ran a 4.3 at the Nike opening, but at Rivals, what did he run? People don't want to say that. I don't want to say it either, you know what I'm saying? I want to go with the 4.332. It sounds gangster. Stingley got them long strides. Sean Shivers got speed too. He got a little bit of speed to him, no doubt. Hello and thanks. What's wrong with that dude? He was like Mr. Rogers coming up. The black Mr. Rogers came up in here. He was like, hello and thanks. I was like, damn, bro, we didn't even get a chance to say hello back. Why you already thanked us? Hello and thanks. Won't you be my neighbor? One thing about Smith, do you put him in a slot in the NFL out wide or both? Dude, you don't, man, he's too fast to be a freaking slot receiver. You're stifling your own speed. You're smothering your own work. Hi, neighbor. Hello and thanks. Why would we having some crazy stuff up in the chat? Why would somebody come in here and say hello and thanks? Adrian Killings. All right, I got you. Yeah. Hello, Murph. How you do that? How do you do today? Won't you be my neighbor? All right, so where we at now? All right, so who would comprise your running backs core? My starter between both teams would be Clyde Edwards-Helaire. My second would be, man, I still want to go Brian Robinson second. I still think he has that long speed or whatever like that. That's what I'm going. Mine is going to be Edwards-Helaire and Brian Robinson. CEH for sure. Stingley's going to get cooked for a minute. Hope he doesn't get mentally waxed. Damn. We're not talking about that. Zach Helfich, I think, is weird. That's why he was a hater. That's why you hate on somebody, right? Zach Helfich is the type of dude that come if I did some shit wrong, he'd be all over me. That's why he come in here talking about Emory. We're not talking about Emory. We're talking about right now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Tyrion Davis. Okay, I got you. Auburn Doves had 2 100-meter track winners on the team, for sure. Who, Shivers and Schwartz? Rivals has him at 4. Rivals? I don't think I'll be going by Rivals. Sorry. CEH stands out, no doubt. Dang, nobody. CEH, Robinson, and Davis. Yeah, Davis is big and fast. Davis is a big, fast dude, man. Who's big and fast like that? Was it Jeremy Hill? Price is going to be better than Emory, in my opinion. Ooh, that's people would call that a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. Rivals is money hungry. What's wrong with that, man? Dude, you do. I guess you don't know. You do realize that's where I worked at, right? Everybody's money hungry. Everybody has to feed their family, man. Y'all got to quit with the money hungry stuff, man. Y'all sound like y'all need to go to Dave Ramsey school or something like that. People need to feed their families. You guys have got me in here talking football for 2.5 hours and barely super chat. Let's get it to 200, right? You think my wife was like, oh, that was pretty cool of you, man. You sat there and talked on the internet for 3 hours and we can't pay our bills. Price runs angry. Yeah, Jeremy Hill. That dude was the truth. I haven't seen enough from Davis Price to put him over Robinson. I haven't either. I would have to do Brian Robinson. But Davis Price looks like the goods, though. Let's get the thumbs up, man. Let's get to the 200. 200. I got about I got about 5 minutes. ESPN also. 5 minutes says 10 to 15 minutes. What's wrong with y'all, man? I know I said that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be waiting on something, man. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all getting on your boy, man? Where we at? Murphy had 15 minutes 1 hour ago. Man, I know for real though, I got 5 minutes. So I'm on a time crunch here. I got, you know what I'm saying, stuff popping off right here, so we got to go. So, man, I told you I think 9 o'clock was the shutoff valve, right? Price and Cardell Thomas were high school teammates. That's hard. Go Q for the Bills, Murph. There you go. He put money on the Bills. What bill is that right there? That's a little bit of a light bill. Najee. He just said Najee. What about the other people? At 9:30, Murph gonna say he got 5 minutes. Kevin Lee said, like the video. Dang, man, what's up with y'all, man? We can't get the likes to 200. Some of these dudes, go Q. Did you hit the likes up? Everybody, man, thumbs up that bad boy. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get to the 200. I don't know what we're going to talk about on the next chat. Y'all done messed everything up. We didn't even get a chance to do what I wanted to do. Price and Harris. Murph on that Kawhi Leonard load management. I'm on that load management. There we go. We got the 200. All right, y'all. All right, give me your offensive line. Most of you guys probably don't know who any of these offensive linemen are. We got another one of them things. George, he back. What is that? That pair be getting it in. I can't even front. Said thank you. I appreciate it, George. Thank you, bro. 3 dislikes for salty fans. I can't even see dislikes, man. We don't even see those haters. They're like Waldo, bro. All right. Who would comprise your offensive line? My left tackle would have to be Alex Leatherwood. My left guard would have to be I think my left guard would have to be Deontay Brown. My center would have to be between Cush and Landon Dickerson. I'm going to go with Cush. My center would be Cush. My right guard would be, I think Damian Lewis, man. Y'all be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be saying Damian Lewis ain't good. I thought he was good. You know what I mean? I like Damian Lewis. What's up with that? My right guard is definitely not Austin Douglas. It is my man, Jedrick Wills. Who's the blind side? I just told you, man. I got your boy, what did I say? Alex Leatherwood. Oh, Ed Ingram. Y'all got Ed Ingram? Which one, man? All them boys be playing. I was going to do McGee. Dickerson is flat out nasty. Landon Dickerson is nasty. He used to be a left tackle at Florida State, too. Not even going to lie, Alabama O-line is better. Lewis got abused by Auburn, Murph. And I hear you, man, but that's what, you know what I'm saying? Y'all acting like y'all acting like the Bama people ain't been abused as well. It's the lesser of the two evils. Ingram will be a pro. Ed Ing, LSU is just a bunch of guards. The whole joint is guards. That's for sure. Sam Jones says every game different. He came with the Captain Obvious jaw. Come on, Sam. Why you doing with the Captain Obvious jaw? Every game different. Sam Jones be out there hitting you with them ideologies that are so basic. Sometimes you just got to man up, says Sam. I've been abusing everyone up front. James Wade says, and water is wet. LSU was all guards. I said that before. Sadiq Charles would be a sick-ass guard, and Austin Deculus would probably be a better guard. And the rest of those guys actually do play guard. Sadiq plays well sometimes. Sadiq, if this were 2 years ago, I would have said that. Remember when Sadiq, who was the guy last year with Sadiq? They used to have handshakes and everything. That was the hardest duo ever. My man kept getting injured, though. The left guard last year, he was a senior. What was his name? Man, dude said he back. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here, bro. Garrett Brumfield, yeah. Was it Garrett Brumfield? What was his first name? Yeah, Garrett Brumfield. Yeah, so Brumfield and remember that when they took pride in their blocking, their run blocking and stuff like that, right? And they would get up, and they had their handshakes like kid and play and stuff like that. I love that. Garrett Brumfield and Deke Charles. I thought that was gonna be the duo for your ass, but yikes. San Jones said he need that Najee shirt behind me, bro. I don't think it's for sale, bro. That was like a little prototype that I did a long ass time ago. You ain't about to buy nothing anyway, so relax, bro. You're there giving us them basic ideologies and shit. Sometimes in life, you got to go where no one else goes. What's wrong with Sam Jones, man? Sam Jones know he ain't about to buy nothing either. Look at this. He look like he ain't about to buy nothing. He's like, I ain't going to buy nothing. I ain't gonna lie. Throw the tight end in line. All right, let's go. Which tight end would comprise yours? Would it be Thad Moss or Thad Moss? I'm going with Thad Moss. Thad Moss versus Thad Moss. It's like T.I. versus Tip. Oh, Thaddeus Moss. You're right. Thad Moss or Thaddeus Moss? Hello and thanks. Stephon Sullivan? I may be good on Stephon Sullivan. I'm sorry. James Wade says Randy Moss's son. That's something that I expected my man Sam to say. But he had to go there. Oh, it's almost that time. All right. Last one. We got to go. Who is your quarterback between these two? I'm going with, for what I want to do, I'm going with Jugular Joe Burrow. But if we play in a pro style offense, Jugular Joe Burrow is my third string quarterback. B. Wyman calls him Jambalaya Joe, just straight disrespecting the channel. Ain't calling that man food. Hopefully he doesn't become Jambalaya Joe on against Alabama where they eat his ass alive. Give me the NFL QB Joe Burrow. Damn, you don't think Tua going to the NFL? Lewis, Brown, Dickerson, Wills, and Leatherwood, says Mike Boyd. Mike Boyd, late as hell. What kind of internet he got and what kind of Google did he just use? Shout out to Mike Boyd. Lewis, Brown, Dickerson, Wills, and I can dig it. I took Cushion the upset, right? But I like Landon Dickerson. Lamar Stevens in the house. James Wade said Mike Boyd on that dial-up. Tua at 100%. Everybody taking Juggler? No, some people taking Tua. Tua. Joe Burrow because he does well under pressure. I got Tua if he's healthy, though. Remember, this is not for the game. This is for you comprising your own team, right? With Juggler Joe, because you know what I'm saying, I like to do some of the designer QB stuff in my offensive playbook. So I got Juggler Joe running some of the designer QB stuff. Mac 10. Somebody taking Mac 10. Mac 10 coming through the hood with pride. I'm going to go with Tua. And yes, he's not a Kyler Murray. Tua, if healthy, I got Burrow the pro over college Tua. Damn, I'm confused. Why y'all keep calling Burrow the pro? Is Tua not going to the pros? Joe got that toughness. Tua got them ankles. Man, y'all getting on that man. Fiberglass ankles. You got them styrofoam ankles. Joe tough as hell. Jordan Jefferson? Come on, why you got to come in here with that, bro? Tua going to fall flat in the NFL. Damn, why y'all saying that? Hello and thanks. He's back. What's wrong with this dude, man? Why y'all? I don't understand how this dude was able to survive the first time without getting blocked. He had to come back and reiterate about his hello and thanks. Mr. Rogers there, Danko, Mr. Rogers, we got to get your ass up out of here, brother. They saw a debate on ESPN saying Joe would be a better NFL QB. They're watching other people again. Stop watching other people, man. Watch yourself. Watch yourself and come with your own opinions. I've never seen anybody say that, so I don't have to go by some shit like that. I'm going by this right here. Recency bias. Yeah, that's some super recency bias. 8 games ago, Joe Burrow was trash dookie. Now he's the better professional football player than Tua. People were saying Tua should have left as a sophomore. Tua been doing what Joe just developed. I said the same thing. Tua had already been there and done that with this same shit last year. I don't understand. Jarvis Bryant needs a hug. What are you talking about, Jarvis Bryant? James Wade, I watched this season. Tua been doing what Joe just developed. Tua will be fine in the NFL, but not immediately. Tua wouldn't have done last year what Joe did in his situation. What you mean? Tua is more instinctual. What the hell is Jarvis Bryant talking about? I'm confused. Like he just went off. Like what is he talking about? Burrow was not trash last year. Now he's not trash. Well, it wasn't trash last year. Come on. Anytime I did anything on Joe Burrow, that's what people said. They said he was trash. I'm confused. Who's faster, McCole Hartman or Ruggs? I would say Ruggs. Joe Burrow is newer, shiny toy. That's all it is for these people. People love recency bias. What is Jarvis Bryant talking about? People expect too much. Did y'all get Jarvis Bryant out of here or something? Oh, talking to somebody in the chat. Bro, you have to literally address that to them. Say at whomever, at Mike, at Steve. Do that. Because I can't, I'm talking literally chatting with 100 people. If Tua was in that lame ass offense we had last year, Tua wouldn't have been balling out either. Damn. That's hard. That's hard. Joe's odds are going to be big for number 24. That would be Terrell Lewis. So who's the consensus? Everybody saying Juggler Joe, or we're talking about Tua? Who do I think is the best QB between them both? I'm going to go with Tua because Tua has more experience of doing exactly what Joe is doing right now. But for my own personal team, I want to run them detached run game stuff, right? I got me a sick-ass playbook, you know what I'm saying? I got up here. Juggler Joe. LSU would have messed up even if they had Cam Newton last season. All right, y'all. Well, we've come to the end of this here chat. Hello and thanks. But for real, y'all, thank you for rocking with your boy, man. It's been fun. It went a lot better than I actually thought it would be, just because with Alabama LSU fans, I guess you just can't follow a script. But to all my Georgia and Florida people who usually chat and some of these other teams or whatever like that, shout outs to y'all for not jumping in or whatever like that. Maybe I'll hop on and do a quick chat about both of those guys, both of those teams' games, and give y'all something like that. But I appreciate it, y'all. And shout outs to everybody with LSU Alabama who super chatted. Shout outs to the hello and thanks guy for being goofy and being blocked, hopefully. And thumbs up check before I leave. Let's get it to 2:15. 2:15, and I'm out, baby. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jarvis. Joe Burrow player bad in offense. What about Jake Fromm? What's wrong with y'all? Jake Fromm be killing in the same offense that Joe Burrow was not doing that well in last year. But people hate Jake Fromm. Mom Minute says perfect time in his girl call. Come on, y'all. 3 more. Let's go. I got to go. Let's get it. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'll be back later. Come on, Jarvis Bryant. You look like a free look. There we go. One more. Enjoyed the first chat, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, Daniel. This game will be won in the trenches regardless. That's what football is, man. Football is all about the trenches regardless of what people think. We can sit here and fawn over all these receivers that we like and everything like that, but none of these guys are catching any passes if you can't block or protect for your boy. There we go. 2:15. Dang, what happened? What'd he do? Oh, that was your boy. Hello and thanks.